In far-off land of slate-black sky, the Countess on vacation died. 11 years since her last time within the walls of Faerenheim. Corvina's death a mystery, though few would call it tragedy. In life her love was e'er reserved for her beloved black-winged birds. In every chamber, room, and hall of Faerenheim you'll hear their call. Nestled deep in an enchanted forest is a 3-story bed and breakfast, owned and operated by a small collective of fairies. Many travelers come here to find rest, recovery, and yes, even romance. The Faerenheim is the worst kept secret of the fairy kingdom, but that's kind of the point. All manner of creature can stay at the Faerenheim. And you, my dear friends, are privy to the story that unravels here one fateful autumn evening. To understand Faerenheim is to understand the system Raefenheim by Tadhg Lyons. In this game, our guests have 3 stats: curiosity, courteous, and courageous. These stats have a range of 3, 2, and 1, 3 being their best, 1 being their worst. Anytime a situation with an unclear result presents itself, they will roll that number of d6s associated with that stat. They also have additional options to increase the number they roll by brooding, scheming, or pining. Arriving in your homes and in your chat are 4 crows. You can offer them coins to enact change on the Faerenheim. My god, there they are. Our donation tiers here this evening are for $10. I will reveal a clue about the Faerenheim or our beloved Corvina. For $15, the crows will get up to mischief, as crows are wont to do. For $25, a member of the party will receive a ghostly visitation, which comes with certain advantages in these halls. And for $50, we will add a new room to the Faerenheim without the permission of the fairies. What room? Up to you. But before we can get into our adventure here this evening, perhaps it is best for you to know who is staying at the Faerenheim here tonight. Hello, cast. Welcome to the game. I'm going to have you all introduce yourself to the fine people at home. Mia, who are you and who are you playing?
Hi, I'm Mia, she, her, and today I will be playing Poppy Needles, she, they.
Rosie, who are you and who are you playing?
Hello, I am Rosalie. Please feel free to call me Rosie or any other nickname. They are all great as long as they're nice nicknames and not mean ones. I use she, her pronouns, and today I will be playing Babishka Bobble, who also uses she, her pronouns. Just call her Bobble or Bobby.
Casper, who are you and who are you playing?
No, that translates to hi. I am Casper the MB Ghost. I found a soundboard and now I'm making it everyone's problem. I am playing Bertram Edgar, who is going to be a half crow man situation to explain why it's everyone's problem. His are any pronouns, mostly he, and mine are he, they.
And Rahrah, who are you? Who are you playing?
Hey, I'm Rahrah. I go by they, he pronouns, and I'll be playing Loom, who pretty much goes by any pronoun you want to call they, them, he, she.
Fantastic. I think we have no better group than to figure out what the heck happened at Faerenheim 11 years ago. But we're not in Faerenheim 11 years ago. We're in Faerenheim today years ago. And as we zoom over the Faerenheim, this is not your usual Gothic castle situation. Well, it looks like it was built in a time long since forgotten by the fairies. It's very well kept, up to date, managed well. It is clean, it is colorful, and it is a nice, bright autumn day. The trees are just starting to shift into that nice yellow hue, not quite full-blown orange and dead yet, the kind of thing you see in those YouTube videos with the ambient music playing behind them to help you fall asleep to, that kind of color of tree. the Faerenheim itself has a long, lavish, considerate set of stairs leading up to it. We have stairs, we have ramps, we have all manner of ways to get up things because the Faerenheim welcomes all manner of clientele. Human, elf, fairy, dwarf, all manner of humanoid creature are more than welcome to stay at the Faerenheim. If you go inside to the front desk, you see a desk made of beautiful oaken wood and a fairy who looks like they'd rather be anywhere else but are here nonetheless. And the first person we're going to see enter the halls of the Faerenheim is someone who I would imagine has a large investment in learning what happened here 11 years ago. Rosie, tell me about Bobble.
Bobble does appear to be quite normal. Human sized, human shaped. Every time you look at her, she's a slightly different age, although most frequently rather crone like, if I had to choose a word. She has a shawl wrapped around her shoulders made of wool with a fringe along the edge, long layered skirts, pouches upon pouches just filled with bottles and baubles and trinkets and spools and needles and anything you might need. She probably has it in a pouch here. Silver gray hair, just frizzy and wild and unkempt, but somehow the friendliest woman you have ever seen.
uh, Bobble, you received. Uh, well, actually, let me ask you this. What do you think brings you to the Faerenheim here today? What would have triggered you to come now after 11 long years of Corvina's absence?
Corvina is a member of my family. Whether if you ask some people, I'm a great aunt. If you ask some people, I'm a grandmother. If you ask some people, I'm a great grandmother. If you ask some people, I might be her niece. But what matters here is she has been gone for 11 years. And while sometimes it takes spirits time to come home, it's usually less than 11 years. There's something wrong here, and I intend to find out what that is.
I guess we'll just have to see what you uncover, if anything. As you enter with your bags and your supplies and well your baubles, if you will, a little crow comes out of a small water closet, kind of to the side, skitters right up to you, and hands and holds out its wings as if it's expecting something from you.
I will button or coin.
The crow like kind of looks up like it's thinking, and then holds two feathers up.
I will pull out 3 coins.
Excellent. You've pulled out 3 coins. Hey, Bobble, what's your 3 stat for me, by the way?
Curious.
Perfect. Thanks to a gracious donor and a crow in the audience, it is now down to a 2. The crow grabs it, skitters off into the distance, and when you pat your pockets, for some reason, they may have taken something important, maybe a good luck charm that helps you feel that courage in those important moments. Whatever it is, it's missing.
Huh.
And then a fairy runs up to you, kind of out of breath. No clue why the fairy is running. They do have wings, but they're not fluttering right now, and their hands are on their knees as kind of out of breath. They look up at you. This is a femme presenting fairy, and she says, "Oh my god, I'm so sorry. We have been overrun by the damn things. Hi, welcome to the Faerenheim.
Oh,
How can I help
oh
you?"
my dear. Maybe the reason that they're stealing trinkets and such is because you're calling them the damn crows.
I wouldn't call them that if they weren't acting like that. Did they take anything important from you?
Yes. And it's fine. Might have been more than one thing. Some of it might have been a longer time ago.
Weird. an odd thing to say. Name?
Uh, Bobble, but you can call me Babishka.
Yes, of course. We have your reservation. Come follow me, and they like take you to the front desk. And this fairy rings the bell, and another fairy kind of pops up, looking tired, and they're like, oh, person. Hi,
Wake up.
hello.
Yes.
I'm awake.
Yes.
Welcome to the Faerenheim. Looks at like a notepad. Bobble, baboose, be, right?
Yes.
Cool. We have you in room number 1. Breakfast is served at 7 a.m. and it goes until 10 a.m. Lunch is served from 10:30 a.m. to 7 p.m. And after 7 p.m., it's kind of a fend for yourself situation. We also offer this pamphlet, and it's like a little pamphlet you get in the front of the brochure. Says exciting things to do in the fairy realm. Would you like help with your bags?
They're all like they're tiny little pouches that are all on my body.
They're just staring at you
I,
blankly.
I've got them. Thank you. Thank you. You're
Okay.
very sweet. I do appreciate the offer.
Oh, thanks. Not a lot of people have appreciated my services lately. Okay, thank you, Jessica. Let's not dwell on that. Let's get our person to their room, shall we? Room 1. This person, and then they gesture down, and you see a crow on the floor. Has turned into a crow. Great. I will take you to your
Now,
room.
has that been happening often?
More often than I would like. Yes, for sure. Some of our
Well,
staff has been turning into crows. It happens. We're looking into it. But if you see a crow around, they're not meant to be helpful.
hmm. And there's not any specific person, it's only happening around or anything like that.
It's been happening, well, since I've been here for sure.
How long have you been here?
Oh, 10 and a half years, give or take.
Interesting. Hang on. I just need to do something real quick.
Okay.
Um, and she will go, I'm imagining like a parlor kind of area, this lobby. There might be a sitting area here. I'm hoping for an
Yeah,
armchair.
this is a front lobby. You've got sorry. You you've got
Crows.
little sitting areas, little desks, tables, all that kind of fun stuff.
Yeah, she will go up to like an upholstered armchair and just pull out. She actually no, she doesn't pull it out. She has a pin cushion on her wrist, one of those pin cushion bracelets, and pulls out a straight pin and just sticks it into the arm of that chair. All right, room 1, you said. Which hall?
Hey, while you do that, can you make me a courteous roll to see how inconspicuous you can be?
Sure. I mean, I'm just putting a pin in a chair. I don't know what's weird about that. That is a 3.
So a 3 in Raefenheim, of course, is a failure. And failures in Raefenheim mean that the crows that are around. Oh my god, I am so sorry, sir. My dog found a water bottle. Uh, okay. It means the crows will take notice of you, and they will perhaps remember the things you have done and the ways you have failed. So as you put a pin in that cushion, that earlier crow, that little shitty one, kind of pops up and looks at you and like makes a really face, and then plucks the pin out of the cushion with its beak and runs off.
It's a charm to find something that's been lost. Look at that. Didn't even leave a mark behind.
The
I'm defending myself to this. Was it Jessica?
yeah,
Or
Jessica's
did
like
Jessica
at the
turn into the
front desk
crow?
like this, and like I didn't see anything. I don't know what you're talking about.
To my rooms, I suppose.
To your rooms, which will bring me to the next guest at the Faerenheim. Casper, tell me about Bertram.
Translated, Bertram is around like 5 foot 6, um human torso, but bird head, like crow head and crow wings instead of arms. Also his feet are uh clawed, are crow feet. Um, and he's been this way for a minute. Doesn't remember how long because crows can't really tell time. Um, but it's been long enough that he's been here before. But he's just, yeah, he's a crow man, and he's dealing with it. Yeah.
A
He
crow
looks
man.
good though.
He looks
Yeah,
good.
he's got like an 8-pack. He's really ripped from flapping those wings.
Yeah.
Like,
Is it like a crop top situation where we see the eight
oh no,
pack, or is it like evident?
no shirt.
Hell yeah,
No shirt.
even
Just
better.
like he's got a really big oh, what was it? A really thick scarf just around his neck to be like clothing.
Sure.
And like a side bag. What? Oh, the like it's not a merce.
Messenger bag?
Thank you. It's a messenger bag like he's got draped around his torso. Um Loose enough that he can like peck into it cuz he doesn't have hands. So he's like he pecks into it and that's how he gets around.
I have it on good authority that the chat loves him. So, as you enter the hallowed halls of Faerenheim, a place you have been to before, what brings you back here today?
um I was brought back um because I sensed a change in the wind. Um like the following my instincts has brought me here. Um I have returned. I don't want to say home because this place isn't home, but that's that's the instinct that I follow.
Perfect. As you enter, and before any crows can approach you, there's like a smattering of them at any given time, and there's almost like a shift, a feel of familiarity. The crows looking at you, understanding parts of you, but not the entirety of you. There's a puzzlement about them. They're like, I don't want to mess with that guy, but I also kind of want to know that guy. But as they're contemplating what they are going to do with you as you enter these halls, you see a fairy walk up to you, this one not as out of breath, saying, Welcome to the Faerenheim. We are pleased to have you. May I have your name and we can get you all situated to your room?
Translates to Bertram.
Of course, of
Edgar.
course. Some of us have become a little bit fluent in Crow, so I understood some of I understand it better than I speak it. But he like pulls out a ledger and starts flipping through the notebooks. Of course, Bertram, Edgar. Yes, correct. And banana bread. Yes, right.
And Bertram's gonna nod. They like shrug and nod.
Perfect. I will make sure we get banana bread in your room. Let me take you to the front desk. We can get you your keys, and you are escorted to a large oaken wood desk with a very disinterested looking femme fairy with her hand in her head in her hand, not the other way around. Just kind of sitting like so, and don't make fun of me, Rosie. And it's just like looking at you like, oh, okay, yeah, I know which one you are. Not a lot of this type. Room 2, right? Edgar is your name, Mr. Edgar.
Bertram's gonna nod.
Perfect. She hands you probably an inappropriately shaped key. It looks like a crow, and she looks at it before she hands it to you. Like, was this always a crow? Just hands it to you.
I'm gonna take it with my beak. Um and yeah, just kind of mosey, like I'm gonna tuck my wings in so I don't hit nobody with them. And then kind of crow walk to the I don't walk like a person, I crow walk.
Right.
So I'm like it's like a half skip, half hop as I'm like going down the hallway.
Fantastic. Fantastic. You are given the key to room number 2. As you walk down that hallway, you will Yes. Question?
May I shenaniganery?
I was going to open the door for such. I was going to say room number 2 is very close to room number 1, as you may have guessed, as those numbers often go. I was going to ask if there's anything Bobble would do or hear or say, or any particular noises that Bertram might be making, anything you would do as you pass by this door.
I do think Bertram goes to put the key in the lock with their no.
Bertram's gonna scratch at the door with his foot first.
Wonderful. So the door does open without you having to manipulate the knob, and Bobble is in your room. Bertram. She come in. I was working on something for you here. And she has like a sewing kit laid out on the desk. Scarf?
Yeah,
Scarf.
Bertram's gonna toss the keys onto the thing, onto whatever dresser's there. It's gonna using the wall as a backboard. They land perfectly on the dresser. Maybe slide a little bit, but he's gotten used to this. As far as the scarf, he kind of like takes a step back from Bobble and does this like whole body shake to where it like shimmers off, and like lands on the floor.
She will take it and very swiftly tie a knot in it and then swing it around your neck, and now you can make noises that aren't crow noises.
Oh, that's this is weird. It's been a minute.
It's so good to see you.
Thank you, Bobble. Nice to see you as well.
Let's get you some water.
Yeah, please. Doesn't change the walk though. Not a second.
As you two get reacquainted, and we will catch up on that reacquainting here shortly, I want to see who else is entering Faerenheim. I'm just really nosy, you see. And as we see the next person entering, Loom, tell me about who we see when we see you.
Well, first, I have to get off my giant ladybug that arrived here. 4 years on the road. It's a little tight on the lower back, but you see a very squat figure, missing a neck for the most part, but he makes up with it in disappointment. His head is a little wedged down, a little bit of an Igor, broad shouldered, broad chest, wearing like a simple brown tweed suit. But where his body ends, something different begins, as his abdomen has almost like a large bird cage front that goes into flesh. Let me make it sure it's connected to his moist belonging. And inside of that cage, it's filled with all these various strings, hundreds of thousands of strings of all sorts and colors. A little bit of a frog-like face with cheeks that sag instead of stay up, and he stretches and has a weird suitcase that has little feet on the bottom that walk when he pulls. But he will not enter into this house alone. He has not arrived here alone. He will pop his parts a bit and try to stretch and move before he looks to Needy.
And who do we see, Mia, when we see Needy?
We see step in through the doorway a figure definitely opposite of her companion. In walks with stick-like legs, and at a closer look, you can see, no, they are made of wood, as this mannequin moving of its own volition steps in the form of what looks like to be a ballerina, a little wooden tutu that's been built into the frame. But a lot of the clothes, if you can call it that, is painted black, adorned with sashes in black, to give it this appearance of garb fit for a funeral. And we see finally reaching up to this face, the face of this person, painted on, white face paint, rosy red cheeks, gaudy makeup, but a sweet, delicate smile. And this is indeed Poppy Needles, or Needy. And she sort of steps in after Loom and goes, "Oh, Loom, we didn't have to make a reservation, did we?"
Oh, hold on, you're chipped. And he pulls out a little bottle of black paint and is
Oh,
touching up parts of the outfit. I
oh,
think
thank
they knew
you.
we were coming. We left 4 years ago.
We did. We did. We gave them plenty of
Mhm.
a notice, so it shouldn't be a problem.
Standard 7 years mourning, 4 year travel, say goodbye.
Exactly.
Hmm. How do we look?
Oh, she'll just pinch your cheeks.
They
Magnificent.
get darker gray.
Naturally. Now, of course, 7 years mourning, 4 years travel. What would you have been
Standard.
mourning and traveling for? The Faerenheim is alive and well, of course. What brings you to the Faerenheim, Loom and Needy?
Don't make us talk about it.
I'm only asking for God's sake.
You tell him. You tell him.
Oh, yes. Well, so sorry, I get a little choked up about it every time we talk about it.
She gets a little
So
choked up about it.
I do. I don't have like lungs or a throat or anything like that, but it
No
still
lungs.
hurts.
None. Yeah.
Hmm. Well, you see, Corvina, she
Oh,
was she was the love of our lives, for a
both of them.
time. Yes, and well, um, we finally came and made our way out here to right the wrongs and bring her home and give her a
Mhm.
proper burial, as one should.
As one should, and who better than the love of your lives? You enter the Faerenheim, hearts heavy, a sacred purpose in tow, and you are greeted by a small trio of crows who are lined up in a way that looks like they're supposed to be here. But the last time, oh, let me say that back. They're lined up like they're supposed to be here. They don't have their wings out. They're not expecting anything, but they are looking up longingly at you.
I think it's a preemptive murder.
Hmm. Oh, maybe I could add them to my collection. And what I forgot to mention is that also what Needy is carrying seems to be a sewing kit with a number of needles and threads, um, because she likes to do a little bit of hobby taxidermy.
She's
And
quite
she
good.
kind of, I'm very good.
Yeah.
Would this be a hobby that you showcase to a trio of crows?
I
Well, I
mean,
mean, my belt buckle is a small gopher, so I could show them if they're interested. I don't know if crows are into arts and crafts. They just seem more into winging it.
Well, let's find out. Let's find out if crows are into taxidermized items. I would like for both of you to make a curious roll for me to see how the crows respond to this.
It's a 6 for me.
6.
highest is 4.
Those are
Oh,
both
we
mixed
just
successes.
tell you the highest. Mine's a 5.
It's the total. So you have
Okay.
the
Oh,
total of the die.
my bad. 6 then.
Still a mixed
Oh,
success. The same number for the duo that came together. So for a mixed success, same thing as when you show off any niche hobby to a group of more than one. Some people are into it, some people are not. Same with the crows. One of which seems to be looking at the gopher belt with like a morbid curiosity. It's kind of like
you dig
looking
it?
at it, and like the crow like gives it like a little tiny investigatory peck, not enough to do any damage to see what's up with it, and then kind of goes just nodding at it, and the other two crows are just like kind of backing up, like okay, bud. Two crows disperse. One crow has their curiosity piqued and is kind of like scampering off, but looking back every now and again, kind of has the look of someone who might look into that more later when they have a spare moment.
I think
But
that'll be the one.
Yeah, I think so too.
He's my favorite.
and then a fairy runs up to you. Not a flying fairy, just one that comes up to you and says, I hope those crows weren't a bother for you. We have had a bit of an infestation of them in recent years. Are you two all right?
Oh, we're just fine. And actually, we actually care for crows quite a bit. So you should have our reservation and everything,
Yes, of course.
so Poppy Needles and Loom, we're the ones who we're here for Corvina.
Of course,
If
you
you
called in 4 years ago. I remember it very, very well
Yes.
because you asked if it was too long of a wait, and I said there's no such thing as too long of a wait for the Faerenheim. It will always be here and always be worth it. Yes, of course, we have your reservation written down. Please see my associate Jessica Bell over here. She'll get you checked in. And you walked up to the oaken wood desk, where again a fairly disinterested looking femme fairy is sitting or looking disinterested and whatnot, and pops up and looks at you and says, are you the ones who reserved a long time ago?
That
Yes,
is.
you're welcome.
I'm welcome. You're welcome to here. Right, your key. She turns around, takes two keys off of a hook. They are shaped like gophers. She looks at them and goes, I don't
Oh.
remember this either. Place is weird. Anyway, you're in room 4.
Gophers, dirty.
Thank you.
People keep telling me this about gophers. I don't get it. No one
They
will ever
spit.
explain it to me.
They spit everywhere.
Is that the whole thing? Is that why it's dirty?
Hmm.
They make great belts, though.
They really do. They have these belt factories as far as the eye can see underground.
Wow.
Okay.
she stops looking disinterested for like a minute and goes, I haven't been underground in years. I have to check that out sometime. I need a new belt. Well, you're in room 4. Do you need help with your bags?
Do we need help?
No, but could
No.
you actually park our ladybug?
Oh yes, of course. She like snaps her fingers, and a fairy with one eye, with an eye patch, kind of walks out and goes, "I got it. Don't worry about it,
It's
everyone.
just
That's
the
all
wet
you."
newspaper at the end of the rope.
Yep. Not my first ladybug, pal. I remember when they were invented. And he just goes outside and gets the ladybug
Wow.
and parks it for you.
Humble brag.
And you are able to go to room 4. And I don't know how nosy you two are, or how observant you are for hearing voices, or how much you care about the private conversations between closed doors, but you definitely hear a muffled, two different voice kind of situation. One that sounds like it's new to talking going on behind door number 2.
Do you hear that, Loom?
I do.
And
That almost sounds like a crow.
and there's a big black feather on the floor over there.
Dibs.
Oh,
Should we put our bags down and go see what there is to see?
hmm. Okay, but we have to knock first, okay?
On their door this time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And Yuri will go ahead and.
You knock on the door of room number 2, right next to room number 1 and right next to room number 3. Your door on the farthest side. As you wind up to knock on that door, Bobble and Bertram, what are you talking about in there?
I don't think Bertram is doing a lot of talking, more like a lot of listening and trying to figure out the feeling in his like in his throat on speaking and not being a caw. Yeah,
You don't need to think so hard about it, my dear.
it just feels
So
weird.
now you were not a part of the family, so the ancestors didn't visit you to let you know that we needed to come look at this. So was it has it been a hope of ending this whole thing, or what brings you here? I do need to ask.
I mean, I just
felt the need to come. This is kind of where me and her met.
Oh.
You know?
It was her preferred first date place, yes.
Yeah, it was significant, but uh,
Mhm.
not just cause. And he kind of like flaps his wings half-heartedly, like this.
You know, she had other loves after you ran away in such a panic.
It wasn't panic. It was fine.
You were both panicked. It's not judgmental. Corvina was panicked as well. She didn't know what was going on. Well, she kind of knew what was going on. It,
Yeah,
it, it happens to all of us when we're young, dear.
but how many people have
Sometimes
you
you get
turned
mad
into?
at your partner and you turn them into a crow. It just happens.
Right. Yeah.
We've been
Just
over
happens.
this.
I knew my mother always told me to just
You
hang out with
just need to
fairies.
find something to fulfill your heart and the curse will break.
It's been about a decade, so
And do you feel like your heart is fulfilled?
As you ask that, and as Bertram contemplates this question that the grandmother of an ex is asking them in this hotel, and just before a knock is rapping on your chamber door, a clue is revealed thanks to the ghosts in the walls here at the Faerenheim. Bobble, your nightstand dresser drawer guy, you know this thing,
Hmm.
uh,
Yeah, the knob.
flies out, smashes against the wall, as if someone was deeply upset that this thing was in the room and they had to do something about it. But when the wood splinters and cracks and explodes everywhere, a single envelope drops onto the floor, addressed to you.
Addressed to me.
Addressed to you. And then there's a knock on your door.
Bertram, dear, would you get that, please? I have other things I need to take a look at right now.
sure.
He's gonna waddle to the door and open it with like his kind of like half jump up. It's a really high front kick, and he's gonna claw the door um to open it.
You
Lumen
see,
Pocket
Bobble
Needles, you see a
is
crow
trying
man.
to figure out which of the 5 sets of sewing scissors that she has on her belt are the ones that have already been used on paper to open this envelope.
Of course.
As you enter the room.
Lumen Poppy Needles, you see a large crow man standing before you, and you just heard what sounded like a nightstand exploding.
Oh my.
Classic.
That comes out
Mm.
as Bertram was not expecting like 2 people. He doesn't know what he was expecting, but he wasn't expecting people.
Oh my, you're a big, big bird.
Thank you.
The bird cage is for
Oh.
strings. I'm not here for you.
I'm a
Oh,
hero.
Don't
is
worry.
that Needy and Loom? Oh, come in, my dears.
Oh, Bobby, is that you?
It is. Come here.
Look how
It's
great
so
this
good to
place looks.
Bertram reluctantly stands by while I scoop up Needy, it seems like, and possibly give Loom a head pat.
Bertram, are you the boyfriend? And I go to like shake a wing.
And X. Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
condolences. I hope you
Not
and
the
Bob will work it
one
out.
that was.
Oh,
He's a little young for me, my dear.
oh.
It's so hard to tell with crows.
Also, it's not my type.
How's everybody doing with why we're here today?
Bertram, I'm gay. It's nothing personal.
Oh, okay.
Oh.
Yeah, that's fine.
Well,
Just used to being everybody's type, so.
Can see you're in mourning.
This isn't the most recent ex. This isn't the one that
okay.
she was coming here to meet.
Oh no, we
Oh.
had a falling out a while ago.
Oh, um,
At least 11 years.
Did you also feel a call as well? Were you directly called in a way that wasn't a feeling, or is this the traditional 7+4?
7-4. Yeah,
yeah,
standard 11.
I'm so happy that you're observing it. It means a lot.
of course, we wouldn't miss it for the world.
Letter. One moment.
May I
Letter?
brood? Grant, I would like to brood.
Why, certainly you may brood.
I'm going to pull one of the strings out of my memory-filled body and wrap it around my finger, as it once was, to another, and remember a crow that gave up the ability to speak because of the division it caused in the nest community it came from. So while looking at Bertram, I'm just going to have this memory of someone else with kind of just this absent look on my face. And I would love to roll for brood.
Yes, so let's talk brooding then. Brooding, of course, is something you can do at any time uh, to add a +1 to a current or future roll. Brooding being tied to your courage, your courageous roll. So if there is something about this particular location that you are feeling like you need to be courageous for, then I will let you roll. But if you'd rather stash that for a later roll where you might need to be courageous, you can also do that.
I'm going to stash it, so I'll move it down to my pinky and tie the string there like in a queue.
Excellent. Perfect, even. I will come back to you in a moment because someone has donated something interesting for you. In the meantime, I still need to reveal that clue. So thank you for donating, folks. I love to stay on top of these things, and I love random happenstance and mystery games. Keep throwing money at this wonderful cause. Your letter, Bobby, as you open it, there's no two ways about it. This is Corvina's handwriting. It is addressed to you using the common words and language you would speak with each other. And as you read the note, it says, "My dearest Bobby, dearest. I have once again ventured to the Faerenheim, this time in the hopes of finally finding the love of my life. Though I confess I have not been completely honest with you. I told you I was meeting one person, but in truth I do not know who I am meeting, for I have sent out several letters asking for company at the Faerenheim. I also deeply regret what happened between myself and Mr. Edgar, and I am seeking to fix what I broke. I do not know if he will dare to face me, but I hope he does. I know that you may not approve, and I completely understand, but this is something I have to do. I am so tired of being lonely, and I am ready to finally feel love. With all of the love I have for you, dearest Bobby, Corvina." And then a little drawing of a tiny bird next to her name.
Oh, I think I'm pining about this. I think she reads this letter and she smiles sadly. And you see her look just her age in that moment is truly the elder as she wishes that her family could have brought Corvina that contentment, but knowing that the family that finds you does not bring you the same as the family that you find yourself. And she knows that Corvina needed both. And she wishes for that. But
Gonna
that future is no longer there.
make you the same offer. I do have a role you could make in this situation that would require you to be courteous again, or you can stash your +2 for a later moment.
I would love to go ahead and roll courteous in this moment, if that is the appropriate
Roll
roll.
courteous for me. And of course, because you
Great.
pined, you can add 2 more d6 to that.
I poke
Yes,
Needy's
because
elbow and I'm like, oh, they're pining. Remember?
Yeah.
my courteous stat is only a 1, but as the elder, I get to add an additional 1 in addition to the normal +1 from pining, so 3. All right, that is incredibly mediocre, but still a 10.
A
Still
10.
a mixed success.
Right on the upper end of a mixed success. As you pine, as you remember this moment, you see a little tiny crow, got a shithead personality to him, and he has a small cube in his beak.
That's my coin.
Yes, for the mixed success, I will say that you are now aware of where your coin is. I'm not saying he's giving it back, but he is in the room with you.
Interesting.
While you contemplate a
Oh, I
crow,
have to prioritize.
while you contemplate a crow and think about your definitely dead granddaughter, we're going to swing over to you, Loom. As you think about this crow from ages gone by, if you have the eyes to see, when you look up, you see the ghostly visage of a small murder of crows.
Ghost murder. Well, it is the 11th day, so traditionally it makes sense. Needy, I see the ghost murder.
Oh, where?
So right there, we made it just in time.
Oh,
That's splendid.
With the ghostly visitation of crows, they all start to flutter around you. They're kind of resting on your shoulders, putting beaks on top of heads, laying things down to kind of show comfort. And since this is kind of a tradition you're aware of for those who may be grieving, the crows kind of start to pull at your heartstrings a little bit as if they're trying to encourage you to follow them somewhere.
At first, I just let them because I'm used to birds taking parts of me to build a home. Because I carry a lot of things that aren't always mine to carry. So I try to be generous. And then when I realize they're all pulling in the same direction, well, that's a string of a different color. So I would let them lead my little squat frog-like body after them, but I will look back at Needy, ever Needy, with an extended hand as I'm letting the birds whisk me away.
oh, Bobby, Bertram, something's happening. We'll be back, or maybe come with. I don't know. And then she'll just split after.
After if once I hear my name and I see this person being carried off by crows, I'm gonna just like full chest at them in like a really just commanding kind of tone. Trying to
Sure. Bertram, when you are
headbird this.
commanding, would you say that it is out of a need to be brave, polite, or to get information?
Um this attitude is coming from um like a military kind of like, hey, like it just used to like like a military background kind of like soldier.
Sure.
So I'm gonna say uh with that in mind, it's literally from bravery, if those are my three choices.
Yeah. For all intents and purposes, those are the three choices. Make a courageous roll for me.
Yeah. So that would be my three. And
Mm-hmm.
I add them all together.
Add them all together.
13.
That is a whopping success. In your mind, Bertram, what are you trying to get these ghostly crows to do?
Um Drop my friend. Uh Actually that call would be a stand down order. Um so like full like neck bristle, wings out, kind of just leave it alone kind of
The
thing.
crows all look at each other as if they thought they were doing the right thing and now they're in trouble. Uh, Typical autistic kid experience. And they all drop the strings on the ground. And then one of them kind of like walks up to you sheepishly, looking down at the floor, and then kind of coughs up a key. And then the ghosts all disappear. Excuse me, not a key. That's a different ghost. they they cough up a small piece of paper and then disappear.
Oh,
I
you've got
pick
a
up all
letter
the
too
strings.
now.
Needy's helping Bloom.
All these strings and no one took them.
I'm gonna peck at the piece of paper. Um and try and pick it up with my mouth.
The piece of
Don't eat
paper,
that.
if you read it and don't eat it, say, "Hello, my friends. Bring them to Corvina's room. It is room 3. They should know what to do."
Um, yeah, I assume that I shook it open and like started reading it. Um,
If you
Room.
shake it open, you will see one small coin drop out of it that you can take.
Oh yeah, I'm pecking that up real quick.
Perfect.
Um,
Which one of your stats would you like to increase by 1 for your next roll?
oh hey, okay. Um, the immediate peck is coming from the it's a shiny instinct, so I'm gonna say curious.
Cool. You may add a +1 d6 to your next curious roll.
Cool. I'll make a note of that.
Loom, you
Excellent.
remember what to do, right?
It's been a while, to be fair. We've been on the road for 4 years, classic 7-4.
Of course.
So has any of the paperwork been updated since then? Has the process changed? Have we missed anything changing while we've been on the
Well,
Ladybug?
I don't know. I was expecting you remember everything for everyone. We can just head into room 3 and maybe our hearts will guide us into what to do.
I think that would be best.
So we all go to room 3 together.
Sounds like it.
Perfect. It is locked.
Oh, poopy.
I'm gonna do my front kick claw thing because it worked so well the first time.
Oh,
Well, this time make a courageous roll.
Okay. Well, if you say so.
You know I do.
11.
Cool. That's a success.
I am ripped.
You are ripped and brave. The two most important things to be, I think. And as you wind up your leg to kick this door open, you start kicking at it, and you hear the door hinge bolts fly off. You hear them clatter on the other side. You're definitely making progress on that thing. Hell, you might even be able to just open it by yourself at this point for how strong you are.
Oh, I'm gonna keep going.
Yeah. I won't even make you roll for it, because as you do, you keep tearing at this door. You know, a very unorthodox way to open a door. I don't know if you've ever tried to open a locked door, but it's not great for the door. That door isn't getting doored ever again. And you see an open room in front of you now. It's very there's a vibe, a stench, a thickness to it. It feels like nothing has gone in or out of this room in 11 years, if you had to guess.
they're probably going to take that out of your deposit.
I like throw a I casually glance at Loom before like sticking my head fully in. No regard. Like if there's a trap, I could easily be beheaded right now. I'm fully in and like eyes are wide, looking at everything in this room right now.
Not a trap, but as you try to cross the threshold between the Faerenheim and room number 3, it's almost like your head bonks into a solid wall.
Oh dear.
That didn't work.
Oh, is it a wall?
Felt
It's like-
like it.
Maybe it's just crow proof.
You also feel a solid wall.
I also feel a solid wall.
Oh.
I wrap a
She's
string
full
around
of-
my finger and have a memory of fighting with Corvina years ago and yelling, "It's like fighting with a wall." And then I put the string back in.
Ow.
Well, gang, we have a mysterious letter written to a grandmother. We have a room that's now opened but not enterable. We have your rooms in the Faerenheim itself. What would you like to do?
Is this the room where Corvina left us, or did Corvina leave us something in this room that we need to get to? I pose this question to the inn around us and wait to hear the answer in the air.
Ah, yes, that old mechanic that the elder has access to. You may ask the estate 2 questions about the current situation, and they will answer one of them. When you make this move, you explain how past experience gave you the answer. So, one more time for my ADHD riddled brain. What are the 2 questions you were asking the Faerenheim?
In a less poetic way, is this where Corvina died, or did Corvina leave us something to find in this room?
The Faerenheim answers the only way the Faerenheim can. This is a well kept building. It has a staff, it has a crew, but it also has a ton of crows in it lately. And you see 2 crows, each of them wearing a name tag, a little bellhop's little hat, kind of walk up to you. And they appear to pantomime at you, one of which doing this kind of forlorn gesture that you would see in Romeo and Juliet, and the other one just kind of spitting on the ground and walking away. And then that does the forlorn gesture again. The other crow comes back because they're playing multiple parts, spits on the ground and walks away. The little other crow starts writing letters and then grabs at its little crow heart and pretends to fall on the ground.
I
This
take
is
Needy's
where
hand.
Corvina died.
Oh, I was about to say, can I just ask the crows what they're doing in crow?
They love drama. But to answer your one question, that is confirmed. This is the rumor Corvina died.
I do believe that this is where she left us, my dears.
No.
Is the
So-
house trying to preserve it? Like, are we trespassing?
That's an excellent question. And it feels wrong for me to ask something of the house so quickly after I already asked that first
That's
one.
fair.
So.
And we broke the door. So
We did break the door.
We is a strong
Yeah.
word, my dear.
it is.
Oh.
I-
Bertram.
I was trying to open it. You open it when you only have claws and a beak.
No, you
don't
did
know-
good.
oh.
You did good. Could you translate for me, Bertram, for the crows? Maybe they can help us.
Yeah, I'm ready.
Okay. Hi, I'm Needy, Poppy Needles. And as I go in to say what I'm going to say, I'm going to declare.
Yes, the declare mechanic. Explain that one to me, shall we?
Yes, I will state my true feelings about someone or something, and doing so makes makes the estate, the workers, or even the crows sympathetic to what I say. So when I roll, I get to add a +1 to it, and I'm
You
also
sure do.
pining. I'm assuming.
Yeah, feel free. What do you do when you try to appeal to these crows who just acted out this scene for Bobble?
Yes, but this is Needy. I know that we visited sometime over the past decade, and well, we just really, really want to get down to what happened to Corvina. I, I know that everyone says that you're a nuisance and that, all you do is cause trouble, but honestly, Corvina, she loved crows. They were her favorite. And she had such a care for birds and animals with higher intellects than people give them credit for. So if you could do that for us, or even just show us the way, it would really mean a lot to us.
One of the crows, the one who was playing Corvina, you have to assume, blushes in the way only a crow can, does this gesture with its wing, and the other one just rolls its eyes and like just it's not looking at the other one. But yeah, since you are doing that, and I'm assuming, pined at this point, yes,
Yes, indeed.
you may make a courteous roll for me.
So that is 5d6 total.
Mhm.
Then.
Big bucks, no whammy.
At least one of us is courteous.
Oh jeez. Okay. 13.
A whopping success. You are asking for help, any kind of help. And the crows look at each other, one batting its eyelashes at the other one rolling their eyes, but in a way that's like, ugh, fine, and not in a way where they're annoyed. And they hold out their wings for you as if they want you to hold their wing.
Oh, she'll take it.
As you take it, they escort you. They take you past the front desk. They take you around a corner. They lead you up to an office where you can see a name has been written on the door of that office. It looks like one name has been scratched off, the first one to be exact, and the name on that office door reads Jerry LaFerry.
Oh, does anyone know Mr. LaFerry?
Yeah. Can I fathom, I guess?
Ooh, yeah. How is it to fathom?
So Fathom says you have a keen understanding of others. Ask another play. Oh crap. Anyway, ask another player question about their character's true motives within a scene. They must answer truthfully. If you choose to reveal this knowledge in character, the other character is surprised and a bit startled by your insight.
Yeah, this would be in between player characters for this particular
Yeah,
one
dang
here.
it.
So if you feel like maybe someone here isn't saying everything they know, then sure, but maybe not. Maybe not. Who might tell you what to do?
I am, since there are there are two people here who are here for the traditional. Actually, all three of you are here for the traditional 7 and 4. Which I am fully expecting after I die. By the way, from
From
now
us
on,
in real life, you got it.
yeah, absolutely real
Yeah,
life.
yeah.
I want it now. I'm going to ask Bobble because she seems the most gung ho. What is your true motives for if not yeah, what are your true motives in this scene?
For finding out what's going on here.
Yeah,
Um,
finding out what's
yeah, so
going on.
I answered this above table, and this is just insight that Bertram gets about Baubles. She does not tell him directly in character.
Yeah.
Baubles' motivations here are that she thinks that somebody that there's foul play here, that somebody was wanting to take advantage of Corvina in some way, steal her magic, steal her money, just do something mean by standing her up. And she wants to find out who did this to her granddaughter and hex them within an inch of their life, which is worse than murdering them because now they have to live with that.
Oh yeah, no. Telling the crow-faced man that a hex is worth. Yeah. Okay, yeah. Okay.
That was an accidental one. This one would be on purpose, so it would be worse.
Getting that vibe off of you as we like mention as we're getting closer and finding more about these more clues, um Bertram's gonna feel a bit prickly and like very very absently like start pecking at his like scarf at the knot you put in his scarf.
I'm gonna do you a little favor here, Bertram, because the crows have told me through the walls of the chat that they would like to do a mischief.
Of
So
course.
as you're feeling a vibe pecking at your scarf, you see a crow kind of tucked like in like like a little mini like if here's a wall, here's a door, the little nook in between it where like not a lot can fit, maybe a mouse. There's like a little crow in there, and they caw at you. And he's kind of standing like side profile, making eyes like this, like he wants to sell you something, like a watch. And he starts like gesturing over with his wing, like,
Yeah, I'm gonna do my little crow waddle over to him and
you
like
are handed a letter.
more letters. Take it in my mouth, shake it open, and then like put it down on the ground so I can read it.
Beautiful. I want you to roll me just a flat d6 and tell me if you get an even or odd number.
Even.
Perfect. This letter is addressed to Poppy Needles.
Hmm.
And the letter reads, if you choose to read it in secret.
Yeah, I'm reading. So I'm gonna pull up my arm. I'm like stretching my wings to be like very, very casual with it. Like reading this letter.
Yeah, you got it, Rosie. As you are reading the letter reads, "My sweet doll, as you know, I have been unlucky in love. I have been lucky to have you and Loom in my life, though I fear there is something more for me. I will be staying at the Faerenheim, and it would mean the world to me if you, my doll, were the one to find me. All the love I have left to give, Corvina," with a small drawing of a bird on it. And since you're reading it in secret, make a courteous roll for me.
Yes, of course. Courteous. I'm so good at that. I don't even have to change die. Um well, it's not even. That's a 3. That's a 3.
That is a fail. The crow who gave you this letter kind of like makes big eyes, and in a way only a crow can, makes a ooh, oh shit gesture and starts backing away. But it's so loud, it's louder than it has any business being, and it would definitely, absolutely get the attention of the rest of the party.
Which is crow for shut up.
And then the crow looks back at you, and in crow's like, "Dude, you're so fucked. I'm out of here."
Is everything okay, Bertram?
Uh um I'm going to step on it and like scratch up the basically shredding it with my hands. Scratch up that letter. Um
That was really suspicious.
Yeah, safe to assume anything you do at this juncture is going to be noticed.
yeah, no. I'm not I was like the
Oh, is
Now
that
why?
another?
no.
Why
No,
would
that
you
was that was
destroy just a piece of paper?
yeah.
Don't eat it.
It is a thing. It's a crow thing.
Well,
Hmm,
what
I
did
don't
it
think so, my
say?
dear.
Uh
Do you remember it word for word and you could tell us verbatim?
You could also just summarize.
I was like,
my
"Do I
80
even know
like
what word for
this
word?"
this is Casper. This is Casper's brain. I don't remember what it said.
You're good.
Perfect.
Listen,
That's
sometimes
perfect.
you have a note in front of you that says, "Here's what the note's about."
Yeah.
Didn't
I
write
just
it.
wanted Bertram to change the letter was what I was going for.
Yeah, no. So
No.
yeah, so since Bertram's brain went bird, he was letting me know about a crow party that's happening.
Oh,
They don't have a written language, to my knowledge. They can't hold pens.
Yeah,
They're more. Well, no, those are ravens that do the writing desk thing. Never mind.
yeah, not how extensive is your knowledge, Bubble? Speaking as a half crow man for the past decade.
I have been around for quite a few more decades.
Okay, cool. And you know all crow secrets? I'm just curious.
I don't think this one is a crow secret, my dear.
Uh, Interesting.
sorry. So it
Maybe.
was a crow party? I'm a little lost.
Yeah, a crow party that's happening later in the week.
Oh, we should all go. We'll be here for the
They
classic
they are
6
they
to
are
7.
lying, and there is not a crow party, but they are refusing to
Oh,
say. Is it about Jerry LaFerry? Is that maybe we should go ask the staff? Maybe he's the one who owns this place or something like that.
Yeah,
As
Well,
you
no,
maybe the
yeah,
say,
let's
office
find
door
Jerry
is open.
LaFerry.
It is the office door locked.
I was going to say, as you say the name Jerry LaFerry, the door cracks open, and a young-ish, I would say, if you wanted to put like a year to it, 30s, 40s, clearly old enough to be in charge of stuff, but not so old that you would say old man, kind of wanders out of his office, kind of fluttering on two of the extravagant wings, and says, "Excuse you, you're all being very loud outside of my office door."
Oh, so sorry. We were actually looking for you, Mr. LeFairy.
Well, you have found me. Hello, yes, Jerry LeFerry, owner and operator of the Faerenheim. Is there something you are in need of that my staff could not provide you?
Well, and Needy's eyes will kind of glance around the party. Um, we actually can't get in our rooms. If you could help us.
You cannot get into your rooms. Which rooms are yours?
Number 3.
Number
Oh,
3.
well, now you cannot fool me. No one has entered room number 3 in 11 years, and we have put it under strict rule, lock, and key that no one is to enter room number 3 ever again.
There's no door.
That
Yeah.
is ordinarily a problem. But thanks to some very talented witches, warlocks, sorcerers, and my cousin Barry, we put a magical.
Oh, you're Barry's cousin.
Yes, Barry's
Cousin
cousin, Barry's
Jerry.
son, all that fun stuff. Yes, yes, the
Cousin
LeFerry.
Jerry to Barry Okay.
Yes, yes, yes. Barry
I
LeFerry,
knew the
the
family name
lounge singer,
sounded
of course.
familiar.
I knew your Grandpa Perry.
Ah, yes. Well, the less said about him, the better.
True.
But of course, no. Room number 3 magically cannot be entered. We have arranged that. Do not want a repeat of 11 years
Oh.
ago. No, sir.
What happened 11 years ago?
Well, I mean, surely you've all heard. It's not like it wasn't.
We've heard the. I'm sorry, it's just we've heard so many terrible rumors, and they're quite upsetting to Needy, and it would be nice to know what the actual truth of the situation is.
We've been on the road for 4 years, so we haven't heard a lot of the more.
Oh, were you here
recent
for your
gossip.
7-4?
Yeah, classically.
Okay. I guess it would line up time-wise then. So then you must know a patron passed away in that room, and people die in bed and breakfast occasionally. I'm not going to sit here and tell you it's the first time someone ever died at the Faerenheim. It's been open for centuries. But
Congratulations.
thank you. But that one, that room haunted, which is a first for us. So, for the safety of our guests and the departed, we have sealed the room.
What if we
Wha-
could resolve the haunting?
Yeah, we heard there's a crow party in there later in the week.
There better not be. Listen, I cannot even begin to tell you that the turnaround we've had here has been ridiculous. I keep hiring people, and the moment they are rude to a guest, they turn into a crow. It's been ridiculous, except for Jessica.
Huh, that's foul.
I'm before I hear the terrible pun, I'm Bertram's going to waddle back to leave the remains of the note where they are because they're in his memory now. Um and waddle back to the old room. Can I try and call back the ghost crows?
You want to summon a ghost, do you?
Yeah,
Okay. I am actually going to call that a curious roll.
that makes sense. I'm not good at that.
You would
Am
be
I?
amazed at how far I can bend this system to figure out what I wanted to do.
Like I had a note. There it is. There's my notebook. My curious. Oh, I'm actually pretty good at that. Never
Number
mind.
2
Let's go 2.
curious.
Okay, so don't suck. Hey, you shouldn't suck. Like a 12 doesn't suck, right?
A 12 does not suck. It's the opposite of
Good,
suck.
great. Yay.
Success. So tell me how a crow man summons ghost crows.
Um
I should have guessed. As you do your ghastly cause into the ether of the Faerenheim, a trio of spectral crows appear at your feet.
cool. I'm going to do a humble apology but in crow.
Sure.
In bowing my head really really low and having my wings really out wide. Um and kind of apologize for my earlier behavior. I saw them kidnapping my friend as I read the situation. Um, and I would like their help in opening room 3.
The crows all look at each other, and they make a gesture that says, "We accept your apology. Thank you for coming to us and talking it through. Very mature of you. We see you're going through a lot." And they kind of look at each other, and one flutters up onto your shoulder. It is still a ghost crow. And you can see like a name tag on this particular crow. No name written on it, but there's a name tag. And the crow whispers in your ear in crow language that they do not have the key you need. It belongs with the owner.
I'm gonna thank them for their help and then waddle back to the rest of my group.
As they're waddling back, you three were left alone with Jerry LaFerry. So I'm going to be standing here. He's sitting here complaining about how his employees keep turning into crows, and he's trying to help them improve their soft skills so they don't turn into crows. But people these days don't want to work, so they just keep turning into crows, and it's just going off on this diatribe for a while.
Bobby, Loom, I'm getting a little anxious. It doesn't feel like we're gonna figure anything out, and Corvina's never gonna rest. And I don't know. And this guy just keeps talking, and I don't like his voice.
I start picking up all the scraps of the letter just because it's weird to litter the middle of a hallway in the B&B.
He like stops mid sentence and watches you do that. Goes, "Oh, thank you, very courteous of you."
I'm not very courteous. I'm more courageous.
Aren't we all?
No.
Well, if that is all, so just to recap, no access to room 3, absolutely not. You all should be able to get into your own rooms, no problem. My staff is on hand at all time of day to help with anything you might need. Did I miss anything in the knocking outside my door?
Uh,
I don't think we
Can
even
I?
knocked on your door. I think you just came out and started
There were a
talking.
lot of noises out here. Who's to say one of them wasn't a knock? Go ahead, Casper.
I was gonna waddle back at that
Yeah.
point and like brush past him and uh like basically move him out of the way with my wing. Make myself so big that he has to like walk back and then just kind of bulldoze my way into his room.
I feel like I'm having you roll a lot, but you're making a lot of bold moves here tonight. So that'll be a courageous roll.
Let's go. And if it's a one shot, might as well play bold,
Might
right?
as well. Just keep swinging.
Okay. Courageous. 14.
That's a success. You successfully push over a fairy and have access to his office. Do you beckon to the party?
Yeah, but I accidentally do it in crow.
Needy, let's get you some air, my dear.
What's Bertram doing? Are we doing it now?
I genuinely don't know.
Oh.
I'm just looking through the scraps of paper because some of it doesn't look like crow.
Very little of it looks like crow, I would assume.
Yeah, none of it looks like crow. So I'm gonna if they're like there's a key in here for room 3.
While you're looking for that, I'm going to split you a little bit. We're going to focus on this puzzle that Loom is trying to solve. Can you make
Hell
a
yeah.
curious roll for me?
I can and will. Okay.
I feel like they've been scheming about this for a little while. They've been trying to figure out how to put it together.
I also feel like I've been scheming about this, but nobody wants to humble scheme brag. So I just hadn't said anything.
If you're scheming, you may roll an additional d6.
That's better. That makes it a 12 instead of a 9.
12 is a bigger success for you. You were able to perfectly recreate the note that was addressed to
Little strings.
Perfect.
I'm gonna
Perfect.
tie this note back together.
I won't rattle off the same speech, but you very clearly see this is a letter from Corvina to Poppy Needles, stating that she is wishing that Poppy Needles would be the one to come on her mission to find love to the Faerenheim.
I'll give it to Poppy Needles, as I will all things, unless Corvina comes back.
You enter the office of Jerry LaFerry and hand Poppy Needles the note.
Oh, is
I
this the
guess-
crow invitation?
I guess, but it doesn't read that way. I might have put it together wrong.
No.
But you should read that. I know.
Oh.
I know.
I never received this. Otherwise, I would have, and then maybe I could have stopped whatever was happening to her.
I take out a little water droplet and make it so Needy can cry.
Thank you. Oh, Corvina.
She wants you to find her.
I take off one of my layers of shawls and drape it over Needy in this moment.
Thank you. I don't get cold or anything, but it's still a nice thought.
Have you tried walking into room 3, Needy? Since Corvina
think
wants
we should
you
let Needy try.
to be the one to find her.
No, I felt it. It was like a wall.
Well, then maybe we should follow you. Where do you want to go?
Well, I want to find Corvina.
While you're in this room, Bertram, you're looking for a key, right?
Yep, and I'm completely, very obviously ignoring everything that's happening with them.
Clearly. Did you... Sorry. My dog was chewing on my hand a second ago, and now he's running around. So, you're looking for this key. Bobble, what are you doing besides comforting Poppy Needles?
Side-eyeing Bertram for the most part. I think. Especially having heard Needy and Loom discussing what this note actually was, because I knew the whole damn time it wasn't a party invitation from the crows.
So let's catch
They don't
the
have written
whole-
language.
Let's catch everyone up then. Bertram, while you look for a key, you are taking things apart, you're opening things. It becomes very quickly apparent this office does not hold keys inside of it. This is Jerry LaFerry's personal office. So it begins a question in your brain, what did those crows mean by it's with the owner? The other three now are acutely aware of what the note actually said. Are any of you joining in Bertram's quest for a key?
Bertram lied to all of us.
And what would you do about that, Loom?
I mean, I don't care that much, but once they die, Needy might want to stuff them.
There is always that threat.
A dishonest crow
think-
feather can only do particular magic, but it's a rare component.
I think we should go down and see if we can find out from the staff some more information about other people who might have been here at the same time as Corvina, or perhaps who the owner really is, because clearly Larry LaFerry is just the general manager.
Then all eyes go to Poppy Needles. So the options before you, since everyone's determined that you should be the one to choose where we go next, you may
We'll walk
assist,
behind her,
right,
like
or
just moving her.
train
yeah.
of people, a little train of oddballs. We have the option of help Bertram look for a key. You can confront Bertram on the nature of the letter, or you can follow Bobble's suggestion of heading out and finding out more information about 11 years ago, the people who work here, something else.
Do I want to split the party for Grant? Let me think.
You can do anything.
Yes,
I
you
run
can.
Castaway, baby. Come on.
Okay. I think Poppy is going to confront Bertram for a tiny bit, and that'll influence whether she'll help Bertram or be like, I need some space. I'm gonna go look where Bobby says.
I think Bobby is going to start heading down to talk to the staff to give Needy space for this.
And then
She knows when she has given the shawl of security. Needy knows that the spirit of Corvina's entire family is supporting her in this. And I'll give her the space.
and then Loom,
Sometimes
will
it's
you
less
linger?
anxiety inducing when there's not an audience.
Well, Loom will not take their eye off Needy, but I could see going down the hallway to kind of be able to watch Bobble go elsewhere while giving a little space, but knowing I'm going to grab a string off of Needy's shawl after so I can replay this moment.
Splitting the difference, if you will. Well, then, I think it's only fair for us to give Poppy Needles the space she needs to prepare what she wants to say to this lion bird. Why don't we all take a little break here, give everyone a moment to use the restroom, drink some water, and we'll be back in whatever amount of time the preview says, I assume. Let's say like 5 or 10 minutes. But we'll be back shortly. Welcome back to A Ghost at Faerenheim. Before we took a small break, we had a few revelations. Poppy Needles received a note that she never got to read from 11 years ago. Oh no, Bertram knew about it, and Poppy Needles just learned about it. Bobble and Loom have given them the space they need to hash this out in the owner of the Faerenheim's office. Meanwhile, Bobble and Loom are kind of hanging out in the hallway, part eavesdropping, part collecting clues. But I'm nosy, so I want to know what that whole argument's going to be about. Poppy Needles, the floor is yours. Bertram is tearing his office apart looking for any hint of a key. There's none. What would you have to say to this man?
Bertram.
Sorry, yes.
So, and Poppy sort of walks forward with this piece of paper that's been put back together with string. So, there's not really a crow party, is there?
Bertram freezes and kind of like ruffles his feathers a little bit. Waddles and turns around to look at you. What makes you say that?
Well, this is the piece of paper that you tore up in front of all of us and was acting really shifty about, and then you said that it was a crow party, but now that we're reading it, it's clearly a letter from Corvina, and it was for me, and I... Did I do something to offend you?
Oh, that letter, the way I read it, anyway, made it seem like you were the last person to see Corvina.
Well, I didn't go, because I never got the letter. It was here.
And you can see him clearly trying to work that out. Like on his face, he's like, that would make sense.
Look, Bertram, I don't know what happened between you and Corvina, and at least from what I heard from Bobby, it maybe didn't end how you both wanted it to. And I am sorry for that. But we're all here for her now. It means we're here together. So I hope that, you know, maybe we could be birds of a feather.
Bertram's gonna like do the crow shake of like see whenever a crow gets like wet and they have like that whole body shake situation. He's gonna do that. and he's gonna like look at his wings, um, and then give up on whatever idea he was gonna try and have, and then kind of just digs into his messenger bag and pulls out a small, a very small little whittled crow. This is clearly from when he actually had hands. And it's like a little wooden crow whistle. Um, and he's gonna like nudge it to you. In he's It's in his mouth, so he's just kind of
Oh,
nudging it at you.
okay.
Uh, I made that for her
Oh,
before. Um, she likes crows, so I was making her that, and then I never got the chance to give it to her.
oh,
The reason I tore up that letter is because I didn't know if you'd received it, and if you did, then you would have been the last person to see her.
I mean, that is fair. And I'll be honest too. When she left that day, she didn't really explain. She didn't say who she was meeting or how long she'd be gone. And, well, that's just Corvina, just living life, going with the wind where it takes her.
Mm.
So I understand. But now, we're all here together, and maybe you can give it to her.
Maybe. The ghost crows told me that there was a key in here, or
Oh,
that the owner has a key to room 3.
oh,
So that's that's what I'm looking for.
oh, 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 goodness me, I'm just babbling about my feelings and whatnot. And then Poppy just starts tearing up the place.
Well, while you
Let's go.
destroy an office to no avail, I'll tell you, we're going to shift back over to Bobble and Loom. Loom, I know you were hanging out in the hallway. Bobble, would you be near Loom? Are you two hanging out, or are you just letting Loom do their own thing?
I think I'm letting Loom do their own thing. I think Bobble has gotten it into her head that there's a guest book that you have to sign, like everybody signs when they sign in, and she wants to find perhaps a guest tome, perhaps an archive of previous guest books from the past 11 years. That's what she's gotten in her head as the next step.
Sure, sure. I'm going to have you make a curious roll.
Okay, I'm good at that. Hey, that crow still has my dice though, doesn't it?
Yeah, and that's back in your room.
Yeah. We might make a detour actually. You know what? I need to give Needy some time. I need to give Needy some time to work out this stuff with Edgar. I don't know. Maybe Corvina might have passed on some of her magic to Needy. Maybe we're gonna have a whole crow when this is over. I don't know. We're gonna see where the wind takes us. But these things take time. So yeah, I think she's scheming and she wants her coin back because maybe she can bribe the desk attendant to let her see the archives. That's what we're
Two
doing.
birds, if you will. Yeah, go ahead
Mhm.
and roll for me with your additional scheme die.
Okay. And this is to get my die
Depends
back.
on how well you roll, I
Is what I'm
guess.
saying. Okay. Okay, that's bad. That's a 7, which is still a
Okay,
mixed
that's a
success.
mixed success. So here's what I'm going to tell you. Let's imagine a fork in the road. One goes to the lobby, one goes to the hall of rooms. If you perk your ears up, you can hear someone in the lobby talking to the person at the front desk, saying, "Okay, Jessica, we're going to switch out the rotation here. Fingerlina's gonna come in and she'll run front desk for the night. So remember the protocol for night. And they go, I know, lock up the guest book so no one goes peeking through it. Yes, yes, of course. So make sure you do that before your shift is over. Which is going to be very, very soon. Mere moments, I would say. Yeah, I know my shift, Jerry. It's Mr. LeFerry, first of all, and I'm just saying it loudly so you remember, because that's how I think things work. Oh, okay. Yeah, before I get off in mere moments, I'll lock the guest book up. Perfect. And then down the other end of the hallway, you see a little crow pop out of the open door to your room and make eye contact with you. It looks like it's going to make a run for it. Suffice it to say, for a mixed success, you may choose the guest book or your dice.
I care too much about Corvina and solving mysteries. This is a non-choice for me. I'm going to try to get the guest book.
Perfect, perfect. I just have to interpret the die as they will, so you
Oh, 100%, 100%.
You are back at the front desk in front of Jessica Bell, and she is literally holding the guest book in her hand, opening like a small glass container with an elaborate magical lock on it. She's like, oh, did you need something?
I never signed the guest book. I'm so sorry.
Jerry,
I
do
was
I get
carrying my
overtime?
own bags, and I thought I was. If he doesn't, I'll. You let Bobby know, and he'll wish he did.
Sick. Yeah, okay. Cool. Thanks. And she just puts the guest book in front of you, and she's like, I'm going to do something else with my back turned for a second. And she's like starts pretending to organize keys.
Thank you, my dear.
So we
just the giant thumb up flipping back to 11 years ago in this tome.
Yeah, like flipping over 20 dictionaries. You go all the way back to 11 years ago. You're looking for your beloved granddaughter's signature, and you do find it. You do find Corvina's name in the ledger. The curious thing about it is no one seems to have signed the book after her for the whole remainder of that day. The next day is curiously empty, and the next day after that, the next day after that. It looks like a week later, people started signing their name again. Not any names that you would recognize, though.
He arrived after Corvina. She may have spirited herself away. But why? I go to the front, sign my name because I really didn't sign it earlier. I had insisted on carrying all my own stuff, although it didn't take my hands. It was all strapped to my body. You know how it goes.
A new fairy appears, this one looking happier, chippier, and like taps Jessica on the shoulder. Like, I'll put the guest book away. You can go home. Is like, oh, thank fuck, I'm out of here. Fuck this, and just flies off.
Have a good night, Jessica.
Thanks, you too. I appreciate you. Thank you for your time. And the other one just kind of like flutters up and it's looking at the book like, hi, Fingerlina. I saw, did you sign the book? Are we all good at this?
We are good to go. Thank you so much, Fingerlina. Everybody has been such wonderful staff here.
I'm so
Except for the
happy
crows.
to hear it. And she like picks it up. It looks like a struggle for her, and she like plops it in this case. And she closes and locks it up.
Is that just the normal crows, or is that Bertram in pain?
Oh, you know how these old buildings are.
Hi, Birdie.
Okay. Anyway, I don't know what that was about, but he's in here now. So yeah, guest book. Only Corvina signed it that day. A week of empty pages, and then new guests with unfamiliar names on them, and a new front desk person here to assist you. While you ponder, Loom, you kept an eye on Poppy Needles that entire time, and in typical Poppy Needles fashion, she seems to have forgiven and learned new information with the bird. What do you do at this juncture?
You know, there's something about stillness. We rode for 4 years to get here and instantly begin looking for clues. We didn't walk the garden. Didn't take a load off, change our shoes or anything. Everyone just seemed so busy. So I sort of imagine Loom on almost like a balcony in an indoor hotel that has like a spiral staircase down, where you can see Poppy down one way and could see Bobby go around the corner to the desk down below. And I think I'm pining as I think about this place and think about Corvina. And I remember when Poppy showed up and Loom became second in that first wave of excitement. And how at first it was sad, but then later it was more of a welcoming. It was more of a comfortable situation. And walking through this place and just thinking about Corvina in a way that's not a utility, like not trying to solve anything. He's just remembering Corvina while also looking at all the weird rustic art on the walls, reading any sort of little plaques, to see if there's a story of origin or ownership here. Um, so I would love to pine about Corvina and Needy and, just life and belonging in general. While seeing if I figure out who this belongs to.
Yeah, since pining, of course, is tied to your courteous stat, you may roll courteous with the bonus of pining.
Oh, it's courteous. That's fine. So that's only 2. That could be worse. A 9.
A 9 is pretty good with a mixed success. As you look at the rustic paintings on the wall, the Faerenheim, like all good beds and breakfasts, have elaborate portraits of their previous owners on the wall. This one only has one, and it is a fairy, a very well-off looking fairy. He's got very fine clothes, like a cream suit coat, luxurious gold vest. He looks very proud of himself in it. He seems to be holding a small baby fairy in his right hand on it. And the painting, of course, says Gary LaFairy on it. And for a mixed success, I would say that your quiet moment of solitude and reflection and looking for information is interrupted by a trash can bumping into you and another fairy pushing said trash can, not looking where they're going.
That's not mine.
I'm sorry, I didn't mean to hit you. I keep my seeing ain't so good, and I'm having a hard time telling the difference between walls and people, which begs the question: why am I still walking towards a wall? But I'm sorry.
You should get like a cart for the trash can. I have these little feet guys that go on the bottom of my suitcase, and they just walk it, and then you wouldn't have to push it on carpet because that just doesn't seem tactically nice.
It's not, but I'm too old to do anything different.
How old are you, dear fairy?
So old. Like fairies get really old to a certain point where we start losing track. I've got to be like 600-700, somewhere in that ballpark by now.
I'm Loom. You look rather familiar.
Oh, well, if you've been here before, you might recognize me. I'm Munchie. I'm the janitor.
I think I did meet you once, Munchie, quite a while ago. I probably have a string somewhere, but it'd take me a bit to find it.
I understand. I also lose my strings.
What are you throwing away, Munchie? What do you got in there?
Mostly garbage. I'm supposed to go through all the rooms. Like, we have a bunch of guests here, and I did the whole routine, knock on the door, Munchie keeping, and then no one says anything, so I walk in anyway. I've just been throwing out things, open up nightstands, throwing pieces of paper away.
Have you found any good pieces of paper or string?
Let me check. He dives headfirst into the trash can. You see his little feet kicking around, and he pops up and he goes, "I don't normally find sealed envelopes. Is that interesting?"
Very. And I hand him a little jar of 4 lightning bugs as payment because I
Whoa!
know he probably could use a snack.
Oh, I am definitely going down to well, it doesn't matter where I'm going. I just kind of puts it in his back pocket. Thank you for your kindness. Would you like any more trash? I can leave it here for you. They literally can't fire me. I'm the owner's uncle.
And they have you being the janitor. Why aren't you running this place?
I wanted to be the janitor.
Oh, so technically you do run the place.
I told Gary, if you have to hire me, I want to be the guy who knocks on the doors and takes stuff. And they said, okay, you're a janitor.
Is Gary still around? I was just a wee little nub.
No, Gary died about 10 years ago.
Oh, I wish I could have come in time. Next year, maybe I'll make it for the 7-4-11, but I can't start traveling just a year ahead.
It's all right. We had a really beautiful service for Gary. It was me, the nephew, and that's it.
Is there like a tombstone or a plaque where I could go pay my respects?
Sure, as is tradition, apparently now that we are old enough to have such things, we have buried Gary kind of out there, and he like points like through the window, and you see like one large tree, and there's like a little tombstone underneath of it, and a little makeshift signpost that says "Fairy Family Burial." There's only one fairy buried there.
Oh, perfect. Thank you so much. And underneath the tree, classic. Well done.
Classic, right? This felt right. Fairies, trees.
Do you want me to carry that
Berries,
trash out
trees.
as I go?
Yeah, that'd be great, actually. I am really tired of
I'll
pushing
take the
this thing
little
around.
trash can, and any strings I see as I'm walking, I'll just shove into myself.
All
These
yours.
are great.
Munchie looks at his watch and goes, well, I'm going to take these fireflies and I'm going to spend them on whatever I want.
That's right, Munchie. Today's all about you.
That's right. It's Munchie Day. He like, kind of walks out the door humming to himself.
I pull, if I can, I will pull like a loose string off of his shirt as he's walking away. So later in life, during dark or sad moments, I can remember Munchie Day. And I'll put it into me.
Me too, Rahrah. You were given 2 envelopes.
Oh, double dipping. Do they have names on the front that
They sure do. One says Loom and one says Bertram.
What type of person is Loom? You know what? I think I'll save Bertram's for when I see Bertram again instead of rewriting a false letter to put into Bertram's envelope. But I think while walking out to the classical fairy tree where Gary's been buried by Jerry and the rest of the family, I'll read the letter for Loom.
In your letter, Loom, it is once again in Corvina's handwriting and addressed to you. And it says, to the threads of my life. You have been nothing but kind and lovely to me. I know we have felt love for each other. I am staying at the Faerenheim. I wish to know what true love really is, and if anyone would be able to provide it to me, I think it could be you. If you feel the same, meet me at this room. And there is a signature of Corvina's signature, and then a little picture of a crow drawn next to it, and then a small note written underneath, and it says, P.S. I feel it only fair to let you know that I have sent a similar letter to Poppy Needles. I know you tell her everything. I do not wish for you to think this is a secret.
Loom has a laugh at Corvina being Corvina in the way that she will stand boldly and command love to come and see versus seeking it out herself. And while thinking those thoughts, I will go to the Gary tree while putting that envelope in a different pocket from Bertram's.
Beautiful. While you go to pay your respects to Gary the Fairy, the former owner of the Faerenheim, Poppy Needles and Bertram, you have found no keys in this office. Bobble, are you returning to the office to report on what you learned, or are you heading towards them? Or are they heading towards you?
I think if I didn't hear crying and yelling or cawing coming from there, I'd be like, they must have wrapped up. Let me head on up.
You return to the office with the news that no key has been found, and Bertram is cawing.
Yeah, no, that was cursing in Crow.
Language, young man.
I found more cause instead of the one button now.
Part 2, baby.
Let's
Here in the second half, we have whole new crows.
Yeah, so I'm gonna kind of stomp out of the room, stomp waddle out of the room, and basically just cursing in Crow. Like, and
Taught you to speak like that.
once I like fluff up and shake it all off, I was, yeah, that was frustrating.
Okay.
Bobby, we weren't successful.
That's all right. I also was unsuccessful. Nobody else checked in after Corvina checked in that night.
Oh, how do
So-
you know?
The guest home.
Oh,
Nobody else came for about a week.
oh, did it have a little bird by her signature?
It absolutely did, didn't it, Grant?
Yeah, for
yeah.
sure. If I didn't say so, it did. Yeah, that's kind of her thing.
Okay.
It did. It did. I do. It's interesting because the inn told me that that was where Corvina left us, in that room number 3. But why do I feel like she never left that room?
There's supposed to be a key to open 3. The owner has it.
Mhm.
Yes. Oh, where did Loom go?
I think they were chasing a loose thread.
Oh,
I'm glad that somebody appreciated that one.
That's what I'm here for.
That was in character.
That's-
The deep rumble was in character.
Where did Loom go indeed? Poppy Needles, how do you normally find Loom when you don't know where they are?
I think I usually find them. It would be easy to say bits of string. But I know that it's not just that. I go where their stories are. 'Cause that's what they like collecting. So I'll try to find a place that has a story.
Cool. I'm gonna have you make a curious roll.
Okay. Would that count as pining? So I can add a...
Well, for curious, you got a scheme.
Oh, that's right. Whatever. Okay. 2.
Stupid game.
Stupid rules. Well, that's a 5.
A 5 is a mixed success. You know that Loom likes to look for stories. This is the whole basis of their being. They literally tie strings around their fingers so they can remember these things. You don't know the stories of Faerenheim, though. You're not familiar with its lore and legends. You mostly know it as a pretty good bed and breakfast that serves lunch for a really long time. So when you're heading out trying to find this information for a mixed success, I'm going to describe a few things that you can see within the Faerenheim. You, of course, see the big portrait of Gary Le Fairy that is hanging up in the lobby, holding that little baby fairy in his arm. You see a brand new receptionist that has now taken their post. You see Jerry Le Fairy finally fluttering past you all after berating his staff, only to yell, "Oh, good heavens, what has happened in my office?" And there's like a few different things happening within the Faerenheim, nothing immediately jumping out as a thing Loom did or the story they're chasing, but you can now choose which thread you would like to follow for a mixed success.
I think Poppy would have it over to the new receptionist.
Hello, welcome to the Faerenheim. We'll be enjoying our stay. I will be your receptionist for the evening. My name is Finger Lena. Anything you need, I'm
Oh.
happy to help. These are, and hello to you again, Miss Bobble.
I hope you're having a good evening.
I am, and this must be Mr. Edgar. Pleasure to make your acquaintance. I am Finger Lena. I'll be here to assist for the remainder of the evening.
Yes. We were actually wondering, have you seen our companion Loom? They were just here a moment ago, and it seems like they've gone.
Oh, the man at the birdcage for a chest. Or the person, I
Yes,
should
with
say.
all the string.
With all the strings. Well, they were talking to our janitor briefly, and then I saw them head out the door. There is a very lovely atrium back there, a garden, plenty of flowers to look at. Perhaps they're clearing their head.
Oh, that would be a good thought. Sometimes they do need to clean out the cage. I try to remind them to do that pretty often, but they just don't. All right, well, Thank you. And Poppy will pirouette out.
An excellent pirouette. Pleasure to make your acquaintance. So we head to the garden, and true to her word, you do see the silhouette of Loom standing under a large tree.
Just snacking on handfuls of trash.
Loom.
Needy, I found the owner. He's dead.
Oh dear.
Yeah, I don't think it's recent though. We can't make it for the 7-4.
Oh no, we'd be quite late.
Yeah.
Did he
Are you
not have
hungry?
an heir?
Jerry is his son.
Jerry doesn't have a key. I looked.
Yeah,
We looked.
we made
Do
a
any of
mess.
you want to dig up this body and see if you can find one here?
Oh.
Before that, let me try a thing. Um,
Hands the
Since
trash
it worked-
can like popcorn to both of them.
since it worked so well the last time, Bertram is going to stand over the thing, kind of puff out his chest and like flap his wings, and
Which is, of course, Crow for summoning a ghost.
absolutely.
What did I have you roll last time? Was that curious? Roll a curious for me.
Yeah, let's go. Please work. Come on, this will be so. Nope, that's a 7.
That's a mixed success. Listen, anything above above a 3 is at least okay. For a mixed success, listen, you're a crow. You have an easier time communicating with the departed birds than you do with departed people at this point. You've been a crow for so long, Bertram. So when you attempt to summon this ghost, you do so partially. See, this is the first time an owner of the Faerenheim has ever passed away, and that means it's the first time they've ever had to have their groundskeeper bury someone on the premises. So they didn't really know the proper procedure for how you bury someone before they turn into a ghost, which means instead of a full ghostly apparition, you see 2 ghostly hands pop out of the dirt, kind of waving around like
Oh dear.
Oh my.
Well, that didn't happen last time.
I try to shake one of the hands.
We have to
It goes
dig them
through you.
out.
Yeah. Can I start like scratching at the dirt?
Sure.
The hands are going through my hand, so it should just be able to pass through the dirt.
Bobby Bobble will like sit down gently on the ground, like legs out to the side, so her like layers and layers of skirts sweep around her, and just start like talking to the flowers, like, would you please be a dear, and maybe the tree can help out and the roots can maybe push them up out so we don't have to get talons as dirty as some dirt is kicked in my face on
Ooh,
accident.
when you use magic to talk to wildlife, are you coming from a place of bravery, politeness, or curiosity?
I think unfortunately it is politeness. I would like to pine about it though.
Pine near the pine.
I am pining near the pine, and I am remembering the time that I spent in our garden together with Corvina, teaching her what the different plants are good for, what they like, and how to work together with them rather than using them for things, and how to encourage them to grow, but not too much.
In that case, you may roll 3d6.
Yay!
While Bobble's pining, I think I want to waltz with Needy because we always dance to the sound of graves being dug.
Well, that you can do for free.
Thank you.
That's an 11.
That's a success. The flowers all look at you as if you're in Fantasia, and they start shifting around, and you see dirt moving, and you see like some petals digging up the ground. There's a lovely serenade being played for the puppet and the birdcage person, and then you see the top of a little hat on a ghostly visage pop up, and then more head, and then they just kind of like put their arms on the ground and push themselves up. There's no muscles on the ghost, but whatever, it's a one shot. And they appear and they go, "Oh, good heavens! Woof.
Um, at the
Oh,
Mr.
use
LaFerry, it's a pleasure.
at
hello."
the at the use of magic though, Bertram is going to like not fully fly away, but take a huge leap back and away from it because
Well,
he's felt this before.
the feeling is mutual from Gary LaFerry as he puts his ghostly hands over his eyes that do nothing because they're all see through, and he's like, "Oh no, no more of the blasted birds! God, no! I'm so sick of these things. This. I'm still here at the hotel."
No.
Did you not want to be buried here, Larry?
I work
I
here
thought that
every
that was
day
what
for my
the
entire life. Why would I want to
I
spend my
thought.
after days here?
Oh dear, the LaFerry family has been made it a tradition. I'm so sorry.
This reeks of my brother's idea. Was this Munchie who put me here?
Munchie's doing great, actually. He sent this, and I'll hold out the trash can.
Oh, bully. He like reaches his hand in there and then pulls nothing out because he goes, "Oh,
No,
right.
must be hell.
You have
So-
no idea. That's where everyone who
Oh.
owns a business goes."
Oh, I could try something for you. And Needy pulls out a needle and then stabs the piece of trash, and then a little ghost.
Amazing.
really
Murdered
good, that
garbage.
has to
Thank
work.
you. And he just like eats it.
That's
Why
incredible.
did I do that? I've never eaten trash before. You've brought me back to this coil. Fed me food, I assume. How can I? Hello.
Thank you for accepting the offering.
Can I?
We co-
Oh, Bertram was gonna step up and be all bolstery. Like avoid Bobble, but just focus on the guy at hand, like the ghost in front. Right. You're supposed to have a key to room 3.
Oh, don't even look at room 3. Nothing but trouble since that girl came. Sent me to an early grave with stress. My God, it's blocked for your benefit. Trust me.
Oh.
We need that key, sir.
I listen. She came.
perhaps you were just not the one who was meant to enter that room.
God, I hope not. I mean, she was walking up and down the hallways, brooding, pining, scheming, talking about the love of her life, longingly traipsing her fingers across the wall, staring longingly out windows, speaking in odd riddles and poems to my staff, demanding bizarre things. One day it's a fruit basket, one day it's a pile of chocolates, one day a little tiny doll to hold just for her. Then the next day, another doll wrapped in string, and then she wanted a raven, and then she wanted a writing desk, and then she started talking about how they're similar. Just a bizarre person. And then one day, out of nowhere, she just drops dead. And then the minute that happens, my employees, my guests, crows, turning into them.
She's really just like my sister.
Sorry to hear it.
And you saw this already dead, or this happened before you passed?
I died a year later. On the day, as a matter of fact, the anniversary of the day Corvina checked in. Boom. The stress gets me.
Well, here's the thing. We all cared about Corvina very much, and we're just trying to get into room 3 because we want to figure out what happened and maybe stop whatever's happening to your employees. And if the anniversary comes along, who knows who might be next? It might be your family.
Oh, Jerry.
Or Munchie.
I mean, Munchie's pretty old now. It doesn't matter. Might be a relief for Munchie.
We're trying to do the classic 7-4, but we just can't until we get into the place
7.
where she passed.
Yes,
Yeah.
of course. No, I'm familiar with the custom. And I understand. I understand the sentimentality to it and all of the need and the emotional connection. But I am telling you that room is deeply haunted. Everyone who went in there had problems. So I just thought it would just behoove us all if we locked that room up and I held on to the key.
Yeah, but you're dead now, sir,
Sure am.
and we need that key.
I think Needy is going to declare, I'm going to pine as well.
Let's go.
Gary, right?
Yes.
Could you tell me, have you ever been in love before?
Oh, yes. A long, long time ago. And
What
then we
was
had
their
Jerry and it
name?
got harder.
Well, then you must understand how we feel. You see, me and Loom, we were partners of Corvina, and I'll let Loom speak for themselves, but as far as for me, as you can see, I was just a mere puppet when she found me, and I know she likes Raven and she loves the dark, but to me she was like the sun, and when I felt her light on me, I just came to life. And when someone does that for you, well, it's hard to imagine your life without them. And now I have to. So, I guess, from one romantic to another, could you do us this kindness so that we can move on and, well, maybe help you and your family?
There's a small group of crows in the tree, and you can all hear them kind of like patting their eyes with tissues. The tissues are leaves. And you see Gary the fairy like purse his lips, look at the ground, look back up, and you go, "When I met my wife Mary, we spent a long summer together. And when I say a long summer, I mean a fairy summer, which is of course about 5 years. And we were inseparable in those moments. And then, of course, when a child comes and you learn that perhaps your loves may not be boundless, but it sure does have a capacity to it, and you realize you love the person you created more than the person who found you. And I don't think she was able to handle that at one point. So we built this in her honor, that so she could have her own place to be, so she may hopefully one day find something or someone that made her as happy as that summer did while I raised Jerry to be the cutthroat capitalist business owner he is today. And I succeeded, and I'm proud of it, and I don't regret it, despite what happens to me down there. But I do understand the feeling of love. Fine, very well. Make that courteous roll for me.
Grant, a question.
Yes, sure.
Could I still have an extra d6 from my brooding far
You do.
earlier? Is there any way I could give that to Needy in this moment by handing
Absolutely.
Gary a string that belonged to Mary?
I think that's beautiful and perfect. Why not? Nothing in the rule says you can't.
I'll go to wrap it around his finger and not be surprised when it stays.
So with that extra d6, that's 20.
That's pretty good. That's pretty good. The highest roll of the game. As the string is wrapped around their finger, the stories of love being told here today. A small little ghostly tear down Gary the fairy's cheek. He reaches into his pocket and he hands you the key to room number 3. It is shaped like a regular key. And he says, the key holds the magic. There's no spell to it. There's no incantation. You just need to put it where the keyhole would be.
Yeah, there's no door.
Would be being the operative term here. The door was more for decorum, decoration, aesthetic. The door was to make it look like there was a room there, but there wasn't, you see. The door is spectral, is what I'm saying. But the key will break the barrier.
Understood. Thank you so much, Mr. LeFairy.
My pleasure. The LaFerries live to serve. After all, I wish you the best of luck, but I do want to just pass on one nugget of wisdom I have since I was there the day it happened. That girl died of a broken heart. She waited
Oh,
day in and day out for someone to come and declare their love for her, and it did not come. And I don't know what life she lived prior to that. I don't know if she was devoid of it or simply did not see what was in front of her, but that is the weight she staked everything on, and it fell through the floor. And she passed away due to that. So, but I will tell you, I know her ghost is still fucking in there. So good luck with that. She's a handful. And he vanishes back into the grave.
oh, oh! Do you all hear that? That's great news. We can tell her that something happened with the mail or something, and that no one really abandoned her.
It seems that the mail never even left the inn. She looks suspiciously at the building.
And Gary's a real downer.
Yeah, but some folks are, and that's okay.
That's true.
So far, the only person who got a letter was you, Poppy. Or Needy.
I got
sorry.
a letter as well, but it was not. I'm her
Um,
grandma. That would be weird if it was. She was waiting for
Yeah.
me to be the
on
love of her life.
Different
that
type of letter.
note, I
Different kind of
pull
letter.
out the envelope for Bertram that Loom did forget about because he forgot to tie a string, and hands it to Bertram. But I think as Needy and Loom walk off, you actually see a very thin string attached to both of their remember fingers as they walk.
Bertram is gonna take it in his beak and then just shake it open and put it on the ground
It's
and
written
read
in
it
Crow.
with
Bertram, this is of course addressed to you, and it's in Corvina's handwriting, and it's from Corvina, and the first line is written in Crow. The rest isn't, but the introduction is. And the introduction says, "To my favorite writing desk." And the letter continues, "I feel terribly for what has happened between us. You were merely trying to explain something to me, and I would not listen. And as a result, you now live a life of intense difficulty and have learned new speech. I wish to remedy this, and I wish to start again. Please meet me at the Faerenheim. I will be waiting for you. I hope to undo what I have broken. I hope to restart what we have abandoned." Signed, Corvina, with a little picture of a crow that was begun and then crossed out and a heart drawn in.
Huh. Uh,
Are you
Ber-
okay, Bertram? It looks like your brain just short circuited.
Bertram's going to step on the thing and kind of just scratch it out. Similar to what he did, like exactly what he did with Needy's letter. And kind of like puff himself up and then waddle back to room 3 without really saying anything.
So the gang goes back to room 3. We
He's
have a
brooding.
brooding Bertram. I was just going to say. So
I
you
was like, yeah,
may.
I'm
Of
doing a
course,
thing.
yes, you may add a
Forgot.
+1 to your courageous roll and to a future courageous roll, of course. So I'm going to give the group here all the letters have been found, secrets revealed by a ghost in a grave. Is there anything you all wish to discuss as you walk up to Corvina's room?
My concern is that okay, so did I hallucinate it, or did her letter to me say there were 7
Several.
people specifically? Several. Okay, and my brain always says several equals 7. Precisely.
You are not the only
That's what
one,
happened
I've
there.
learned. But yes,
Mhm.
there are many people she sent letters to. For all intents and purposes, they are here.
I get you.
Perhaps more were sent to other prospective lovers, but they no longer seem important.
Other characters we could have played if we picked the other archetypes.
Alas, lost the time.
I just have to wonder why the letters were never able to leave. From what Gary said, that was Gary, right? There were a lot of E names.
It is in fact Gary.
She acted as though she had sent them.
Maybe she did it like she did with all things, expecting the universe to put it where it needed to be. That was the problem with Corvina. If one had to pick one, it's one thing to chase down what you want, and it's another to expect it. But we're all here, so it must have worked.
Just
We are,
a
aren't
little
we?
time.
Bertram felt called back, despite not even seeking these answers.
And we learned that trash has a soul. I think as we stand outside of the room 3, because I'm kind of assuming we're waiting for everyone to
Yeah.
gather, I'm going to pull off 3 strings of my own tweed jacket to give one to everybody so they can remember this moment.
What a lovely game we played here tonight.
Bertram is gonna hesitate before accepting the string from you.
Come here, me.
Oh,
Bertram, scarf. She will tie the string kind of around the knot that is already in the scarf, and like weave it into that knot, and then just pat the chest. All right, that's done.
Bertram, just hold on to that one till you're ready to build a nest. Sometimes home is easiestly started with the memories of those who have loved us.
I appreciate that, friend.
And Bertram's just gonna side eye Bobble. I was like,
What are you looking at me for?
okay. Well, if I had a heart, it would be in my throat right now. So I just wanted to thank everyone for being here, for all her faults and all of her strengths. We all loved her, and that's what matters.
Poppy, she wanted you to find her, so maybe you should walk in first.
Would that be okay with everyone?
yeah.
And Poppy will take the key.
You enter room 3. There is a bizarre stillness in this room, the same kind of stillness you would see if you were to come up to a still stream or a swamp or the Dead Sea itself. There is a stiffness in the air. There are dust particles constantly floating in this room. If you were the kind of person to have lungs, it might be a problem for you. This room has not been tended to, but there is, like, of course, no body. But one thing is unmistakable about it. For everyone here who's ever known and loved Corvina, you can feel it abundantly clear. She's here. Otherwise, it's pretty standard hotel room fare. You have a bed, you have a dresser, you have a nightstand, you have drawn windows letting the sunlight in, hence why it's so easy to see the dust floating around. You have an ornate carpet, you have paintings that make no discernible or thematic sense. One's a clown and one's a potted plant. Who picked these decorations? But that's what's in this room.
Being locked alone, maybe Corvina did find the love of their life.
Oh,
It was just herself.
I'm going to blow the dust out of here, like out of the way, with my wings. Just
Corvina dust.
Sure, I need to make a courageous roll.
okay. Might as well use the broody one. So
Might as well.
that is 4 dice, and let's see, 17.
That's a success. That's a success. I have too much tongue. That's a success. You blow dust out of the room. It's easier to breathe in here. And for a success, whenever there's a change in room 3, something changes about room 3. As the dust leaves, the dresser doors open, and you can see rows and rows of clothes Corvina was planning on wearing but never got to.
Oh. Corvina, it's Needy and Loom and Bobby and Bertram. We just wanted to say hello and say goodbye.
Needy, when you are reaching out to Corvina, is there a part of you that is overcoming a fear to do so? Is it something you feel obligated to do to be polite? Or is it something where you're just genuinely wondering if this is all true?
I wouldn't say it's being polite.
Then you
I
can make a
think there's
courteous roll. Go ahead, sorry.
No. Courageous, definitely. Just only one.
Mia making the suboptimal decision for the love of the game.
That's how we do it around here.
3.
A 3 is a failure.
Oh, fudge.
Your own bravery overcoming you. What would Needy be afraid of in this instance as she calls out to this person she called friend, lover? What would the fear in your heart be if you had one?
None of it was true. That maybe for all the sweet words and all the time that we spent together, that it didn't mean a thing.
A small crow crawls out from under Corvina's bed and looks at you and points a feather at you, and then echoes back in your own voice, you calling out to Corvina. We just want to say goodbye. Like he's making fun of you in your own voice, and then he just kind of snickers and leaves the room.
I'm gonna caw after that little bastard. Asshole.
We have an open dresser and a failure to communicate.
I'm gonna dig through the dresser as respectfully as possible.
Respectfully, then make a courteous roll for me.
I'm going to
Great.
slide under the bed.
I'll come back to you in a minute then, Loom.
I was like gonna look for secret passageways, so
It's a 2 because I, as respectful as I am, I have no hands.
You have no hands. You start to flitter through. You're realizing the limitations of your crow body as you fail to grasp anything in here. You can't even move them dry cleaner style. All you can do is dust these clothes, and then you see a crow walk out from the bottom of the dresser wearing one of Corvina's dresses. It's way too big for him, and he's just cawing, laughing, pointing at you, and then he skitters out with one of Corvina's really nice dresses too. Damn, what a jerk.
Yeah. And cawing back after him, calling him a jerk.
Under the
In
bed,
crow.
Loom, I need you to make a courageous roll.
Sometimes the easiest way, no. Sometimes what people are afraid of at the end reveals a lot about them. So Loom's trying to hang out where the monsters would be. So courageous, I have 3. Oh, that's not bad at all. That's an 11.
In fact, some would even say that's good. An 11's a success. As you are under the bed where the monsters would be, the Faerenheim, of course, is all about authenticity and hires monsters to be under the bed. This particular one has been turned into a crow. So you see a crow look back at you with big yellow eyes and just kind of caws at you. And For some reason, you feel like you understand what he's trying to say to you, and it just feels like Corvina's name echoing in your ears.
I mean, her name's never really stopped echoing in my ears.
The crow kind of like scooches closer, like he's in a sleeping bag at a sleepover, and gets really like up close next to you, and he goes, "Do you want to trade dreams?"
Yeah, all the time.
What dream would you like to give to this crow?
There was one running through grain as the sun was setting ahead, and everything was so golden that day. It was so bright that Loom's almost nauseous thinking about it, preferring the gray and the dark to such a sunny memory. But this crow seems like maybe if they've been under the bed for a while, they could use a golden day.
The crow takes it, like kind of like presses it up against his forehead like this,
Hmm.
and he just like starts like closing his eyes and swaying under it a little bit. Like for a brief moment, you can almost feel like the monster eyes come back to him, and they go back to being those predator bird eyes they have. And he goes, "That's a good dream. That's a really good dream. Here you go." And he hands you a small little cube is what dreams are to crows, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
And you see a vision of Corvina, and it's a dream that she was having, and it's a dream of her dancing with you, and you kiss in this dream, and then it shifts, and then all of a sudden it's poppy needles, and then they share a warm embrace, and then one day it's the next scene it shifts back to Bertram, but it's not Bertram. It's Bertram in this human form, no feathers to be found, and then it goes back to the crow form and back to the human form. Corvina had a lot of conflicting feelings about the form of Bertram, as you can see as the dream continues, but you can see how much Corvina wanted this to happen. And then something else, because it's a success and it's in Corvina's room, a change happens and the bed sheets fly off the bed, and you can almost for a moment feel like you hear her voice laughing and kicking her feet, and the mattress kind of wiggling a little bit.
I think there's a sigh, which makes the whole cage chest do a strange movement under the bed, with Loom realizing that they came all this way. You know, they did the standard 7-4. But sometimes the best way to say goodbye to someone is to love what they've loved. And so he thinks of Bertram and thinks of Needy and even thinks of Bobble, which wasn't loved in the same way, but was loved. And Loom decides he doesn't need a string from right now. As he slides out of the bed, no longer feeling like a monster.
Brings us to you, Bobble.
I think I can't. Well, the sheets and the bed moved. Yes.
Yes. If I can illuminate a little bit, you can't see any physical form, of course, but imagine it like a young teenager in love getting that text from the crush they have at school, so they collapse in the bed and kick their feet and read it.
She will just, with this development, she was going like, I need to find secret passages. Like, she got trapped in this room somehow. We got to get this figured out so that she can come home. But having felt her presence so strongly in this room and felt that reaction and everything, she stops her tapping of the wall to find a secret passage and just speaks into the air. Now, I was going to ask if you wanted to come home, but I think if you just are able to leave this room and wander wherever you like and be with whoever you like, the family will understand.
Are you asking Corvina or the Faerenheim?
She doesn't have a question.
Sure. Hey, thought I'd check in.
I think she's trying to get Corvina's spirit to understand that it doesn't need to wait here anymore and it can go wherever it pleases, and that could be to wherever she likes. Sorry to not engage with the mechanics in this moment,
Hey,
Grant.
listen, I know how much you like those damn things, so I thought I'd offer. So, so in that case, with you trying to tell your beloved granddaughter that she doesn't have to stay here, I'm going to let you decide the tone of that command? Is it something you are bravely exerting your authority over? Is it something where you think this is the polite thing that people do to stop haunting this establishment and turning their patrons into crows? Or are you just curiously wondering why your granddaughter never left?
Oh, this is a delicious question because all three of those possibilities are indeed viable. I think it is primarily curious, but she is pining in a way, and she's saying this and she's sad about it because she does want Corvina to come home to be with the family. And so she is pining about it, but it is a curious roll.
Sure. Well, the pining doesn't do much for
Which
curious,
does
but
nothing. It's just a flavor pine.
like when you eat the pine sol.
No.
I only rolled 2 because that crow still has my damn D6. I actually got a 10.
Look at that. Look at that. See, you only need 2d6 sometimes. For a success, of course, something must change within Corvina's room. And on the third success, the third genuine act of love towards her, a spectral image starts to swirl above the rug on the room. A beautiful young human woman in an elegant gown appears before all of you, and you can see that her makeup has been smeared from tears, her hair a little disheveled, and she's got magic still radiating off of her hands as if she's completely lost control of it in her corporeal form. And she looks at you and says, Bobby, I made a mistake. I've been doing something very wrong.
We all make them. Give it a couple centuries and everybody will forget.
I don't know if I have that, Bobby.
Oh, you have so many more ahead of you.
I'm no longer here, you see. I'm here, but I'm not.
You are.
I
You are, but you aren't, and you can be wherever you please.
I can't though. They keep telling me that I have to do something before I can move on.
And do you know what that thing is?
I don't. I thought I knew what I wanted when I came here, and I never got it. And the sadness of it crushed me to the point where I no longer occupy that vessel. I would assume it's tied to that, but I haven't been able to try anything for so long. And the emotions get so powerful they spill out, and I fear I've just been hurting people.
You have to find something else to fill your heart with then.
Like what?
Pop out those dents from the crushing. She looks at Needy and Loom and Bertram. Well,
I rip one of her dresses so the soul of it comes out and she can wear it now. Just going through her closet, ripping each one.
Yeah, it's very Sleeping Beauty with the three fairies going on here right now. Just a complete rotation of all the dresses in and out. And as each one changes on her, she turns and says, Loom, all the beautiful things you've made and done for me, you're still doing it.
We could burn down this whole hotel and maybe its ghost form could go with you.
I don't think that's a good idea, dear.
Okay. Anything you need.
Speaking of needy, I see you're here as well.
Hi, Corvina. Oh, none of us got your letters. That's why no one came.
What? I put them in the nightstands and everything. The spell was supposed to work that way. I thought, Bobby, you told me if you put a letter in a nightstand, it'll go to the nightstand of the person you wrote it to.
oh
Oh,
dear.
we don't have a nightstand at home.
What?
And sometimes that might just be the nightstand might come to them, or they might come to the nightstand. The letter stays in the nightstand.
Did anyone receive a nightstand?
No.
But we all came to
Today.
the letter.
We came to the nightstand, dear.
Oh, I suppose if Needy and Bloom are here, that must mean that it's been 11 years, the 7 and 4 after all.
Classically.
classically.
But somebody followed their heart here.
She looks up after just staring at the ground the whole time and sees Bertram and goes, "Oh, I owe you the biggest apology, I fear."
We're all here for a one night stand.
Bertram really can't put words uh together at this moment. Because he was not expecting to see Corvina. Like, yes and no. So he's confused to say the least, and kind of trying to not say anything stupid is his main goal right now. To not say anything stupid.
There's a solemn understanding emanating from Corvina as you emit these vibes of, I really don't want to mess up again because the last time I said something wrong in front of you, you turned me into a damn bird. And she solemnly nods and says, "I should not have done what I did to you. It came from a place of anger, and it made my magic uncontrollable, and I, at the time, feared irreversible. I was hoping that if we were to rekindle what we once had, it may undo the spell somehow. So I am sorry, Bertram."
And instead of making any move to overtly accept the apology, he is going to rummage around in his bag and pull out the tiny whistle that uh she that he made for her, and following the pattern of what everyone else has been doing, he's gonna crush it in his beak and have the little spirit of it pop up and kind of like nudge it in her direction.
Good
I
for
guess.
him.
I'm imagining the spirit of the whistle actually does like move its wings and flap to her.
Holds her little finger out as it lands on it. And she's moved. All these people she loved in life here for her 11 years later. And she grabs where her heart would be, and she's like, "My friends, I know that I died of a broken heart, and you've all come to mend it. I am meant to feel love before I move on. And I'm understanding now that my ambition to find that with one person may have been foolish. I've had a lot of time to think about this, you see. Because now all I see is 4 people who care deeply about me, and perhaps I did not need true love's kiss or a committed relationship to have that."
You should try the whistle.
She does. What happens?
I'm imagining all the crows taking off, flying away when that.
It means I love you in Crow.
Ah!
Yeah, Rosie. She's moved. Crows are her favorite after all. Even in anger, she turned you into something she wished you could be. And she grabs at her chest and she's like, and she echoes it back to you in Crow. For the flavor, of course. Poppy Needles, Loom, anything you want to say to her with these revelations going on?
I look at Poppy. Loom said plenty. When Poppy became the favorite, Loom kind of accepted it. And now he's realized that Poppy's both of their favorites, or at least his.
I think
Poppy Needles.
sorry, yes, Needy will take Loom's hand and look at Corvina. Well, it's true. You were loved, you are loved, and you always will be. But is it true what you're saying, that Bertram can't be fixed because, well, you've passed now?
I think there's one way, but Bertram has to also want it.
Yes, please.
I miss having thumbs.
Love this guy. she beckons out her hand to you, magic still pouring out of her fingers. There's a softness in her eye, a romance looking at you, a look you have not seen from Corvina since the mere moments before you fought. It seems that whatever place she's coming from now, she wants you to meet her there, if you are okay with that.
Yes.
Corvina pulls you in close, chest to chest, about this far apart. Any pastor in any church would say that's not a Bible distance. And she plants a kiss on your big bird beak.
And I guess in a swarm of feathers, like a magical swarm of feathers, I should say. Bertram's going to lower about a couple of inches, because he was on clawed feet for the longest time. Lower a couple of inches. He's actually like 5'3". He's a short king. His yellow crow eyes are going to turn bright green. His beak is going to form like to disappear, and little bits of stubble into his like little puffy little mustache. And like like a 5 o'clock shadow is going to appear on his chiseled jaw, because of course he's got one. And yeah, where once stood the half crow man is now a very ripped short king, with like a little bit of locks, nah, he's bald. I'll call him bald, with a fade. Give him a fade, why not?
Why not?
And a tattoo of a crow on his chest, because
It's good to see you again, Bertram.
good to be seen, Corvina.
She, with her ghostly hands, the magic is finally calmed down, kind of puts them on the side of your head. They're going through, but don't worry about it. Hand in your head. And she says, I've always loved you. I will always love you. Thank you for coming to find me. And she starts to fade away. And as she does, that same magic that overtook you starts to spin and swirl all around the Faerenheim. You hear the roar of a monster under the bed. You see a now a man fall on the ground, tumble into the room, spit a coin out of his mouth that lands right in front of Bobble. It goes, oh my god, why was I eating coins? That's weird to do.
Help me get some of these feathers gathered up, and I'll forgive you.
You hear
Shoving feathers from Bertram into my bag.
there's a whole bunch of
Valuable
new
spell ingredient.
employees wandering around the Faerenheim, one of which looking at their hands and goes, no, I liked that. I didn't have to do anything. All I got to do was hang out and goof around. I didn't have to do anything. Shit, I have to go to work now? This sucks. This is stupid. And you hear from the rafters a very suddenly busy Jerry LaFerry being like, all right, we are now officially overstaffed. We have a huge problem to figure out. We're going to need to like expand the rooms. I don't want anyone to be fired, because it'd be shitty to fire you for being a crow, but my God, there's so many of you now. And you were all able to head back to your rooms for a Faerenheim getaway, now with way more help than you could ever ask for. As you all exit this room, Corvina finally laid to rest, respects paid, ghostly kisses given, human forms restored, granddaughters ushered on to the next plane of existence. What are we all thinking and feeling?
Bertram is touching everything with his hands, just touching everything in the room, grabbing a doorknob, lifting a table, just not having to use his beak for it. He's flexing his fingers and his arms and his wrists, and like is standing up straight and is just like, ugh, oh my god. 10 years. And that's the entire time.
Bobby, your granddaughter's found peace. What are you up to?
I really didn't expect her to forgive Bertram. I'm gonna be so real with you. She's a little peeved about that. She never liked him. She never liked him, and she's judging him for the whole needy thing earlier. Needy may have forgiven him, but but she is a grown woman who makes her own choices, and I think despite how incredibly crowded it is, Bobby does shove her way into the kitchen and start making some little treats, some tea, some scones, whatever it may be, whatever she would always make when Corvina came over to visit in the years. And that night she will leave those things on her windowsill. She made enough for everyone, of course, but she kept aside a portion to leave there for Corvina.
Lumen Poppy Needles, now more than ever, you are exclusively each other's. Corvina successfully moved on the 7-4, a rousing success. Where do we see you two as we exit room 3?
I
Okay,
think
both you make
I'm.
courteous rolls.
I think Loom makes his way outside and pets the ladybug for a while, as like maybe dusk is coming. And it's nice to be here. It's good to do what we needed to do. But I think he's already excited for the 4-year trip home.
The person who parked your ladybug kind of like slides off the back of it and kind of wipes their hands and is like, "All right, she's all yours." Like hands his hand out for a tip.
I give him a string.
Oh hell yeah! Oh hell yeah! He runs inside really excited. I'm gonna remember something for once. This is great. These are you, Poppy Needles.
I think Needy comes outside, and you can tell that her bubbliness is sort of dimmed a little bit, but she softens when she looks at you. Hey, Lou. I know we've been here less than 8 hours,
Mm-hmm.
but I think I want to go home.
I think so too. Do you need to say goodbye to anyone, or did you already do that?
I think we did a lot of that already. And just for the record, I wouldn't have left you alone, even if I got that letter.
I know. I wouldn't have been alone.
As we leave the Faerenheim and get reacquainted with our fingers, and we prepare for a long road back home, and we make an exorbitant amount of treats for a whole bunch of employees who have to go through a whole new training program. My God, it's changed so much here in the last 11 years, and you were all crows. We see the Faerenheim. It seems to have a lighter air to it, because you see there's no longer a ghost at Faerenheim. There is only good food, good atmosphere, people looking to relax, recover, and maybe even find romance. And that's a ghost at Faerenheim. Everyone, thank you so much for coming here for the stream. Thank you to the people who donated here for us. We are just a smidge little over time here, so we're going to blast through where you can find these talented people so you can get going to the next game. Mia, thank you for playing with us. Where can people find more of you?
Hi, you can find me on Threads and Blue Sky. Sorry, that was a little bit of needy coming out there. You can find me at my handle EoshaXArt. That's EOTIAX Art. Again, Threads and Blue Sky.
Thank you. Rosie, where can we find more of you?
All my socials are at Rosatyrs, ROSATYRS, like Rosie and the Little Goat Folk. Can you smush them together? You get Rosatyrs. You just also do rosatyrs.card.co, and all of the links are right there. I'm on basically all the socials, I think. Yeah.
Yeah. Casper, where can we find more of you?
So everybody, you can find me at Casper, like literally anywhere at Casper the MB Ghost. You can check out my link tree. That's going to have all my links. If you can't find me at Casper the MB Ghost, that's DANB Ghost. Then you can find me at Casper Haunts, which is my gaming company.
And Rahrah, where can we find more of you?
Oh, hey, I'm Rahrah, but that's enough about that. I'm mostly at the Heart is a Dungeon, but you'll be able to find me at a few other podcasts this year.
And I'm Grant. I've been your game master. I run a little show called Game Master Monday. They play a new one shot in a new system with a new cast every episode. You can find us everywhere where socials are important. But we're going to leave you now. And please stick around on the channel here. We have another exciting stream coming up here for you. I hear there's bugs and flies in it, and it's creepy and an ookie spooky good time. And a lot of our friends are in it. So stick around, keep donating. And thank you for everyone who joined us here tonight. And we will see you wherever we see you next time. Bye-bye, everybody.